here. I'm very happy to be here.
A fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck off the press.
How y'all doing? I'm gonna attempt to share this in a couple spaces. Some reason it didn't let me do it last time. Pages I like to just make sure they catch it early. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so we're gonna make sure we get this out. Peace to my brothers in BTP. Waiting for a new live from them too. Not already subscribers to Be the Power, follow them on Facebook, follow them on YouTube. Freedman Energy, Alpha Freedman Energy. That's all we bring in. Alpha Freedman Energy.
I'm very happy to be here.
So I chose that drop today because I'm going to talk about some people that aren't necessarily from here. And when I think of people that aren't always from here, I think of people like Prince Akeem, like, you know, round piece, square hole type shit. And it doesn't always have to be like that. But I think sometimes immigrants make themselves, black immigrants. We're going to speak on black immigrants because I'm speaking on freedmen. So who affects us? Who affects us? People who do detrimental shit a lot of times will be the black immigrants. You know, whether they come from the Caribbean, whether they come from Africa, somewhere over there. Or it could be the Pan-Africanist. They could have been born and raised here, but they want to talk that Pan-Africanist shit. I just don't believe you can talk Pan-Africanism and talk freedmen. I don't think that there is a way you can do it. You know, you're living a fallacy to be speaking on Pan-Africanism at this point, and we're not going to dive all into that, you know. But you are living a fallacy. I think it had its time. I think it had its moment, and it didn't carry us anywhere. Pan-Africanism didn't carry us anywhere. And the people that you still have touting that and then still trying to straddle the fence of being, you know, where we are with it, it's not the same thing. You can't say you're self-sufficient, you're going to do everything without the government, but then need the government's resources. We know we need the government's resources as freedmen. We need the resources just like everybody else needs the resources. See, when black people go looking for things, then we begging. But are white people begging when they go look for loans? When they go look for business loans, are white people begging? Are Asians begging? Are Middle Easterns begging? I mean, I want to know. Latinos, are they begging? When Latinos, who are the biggest recipients of SBA loans now, when they go to the SBA looking for a small business loan, are they begging? I don't think they're begging. I don't think they're begging. But when black people go looking for something, we begging. We on our knees and shit like that. See, that comes from a lot of times immigrants, black immigrants. Ones who want to come over here and talk about what we're not doing on this soil when they ran to this soil or swam or got dropped out of a plane or rode a boat, paddled. I don't know how the fuck they get here, but they get here and they get disrespectful, and then that's when I get disrespectful because I don't give a fuck. If anybody knows anything about me now, you know I don't give a fuck if you're going to come over here and be disrespectful. Take your monkey ass back where you came from and go struggle. Because that's what you was doing. That's why you fled. Fred, Prime Legend, what's good with you? Yeah, when we want the resources, now we begging. Now we in a soup line. Oh, if somebody else comes and gets, oh, here's this subsidy, here's that. You full of shit. You're full of shit. Motherfuckers come over here on a Thurgood Marshall scholarship, but I can't go over there and get the Desmond Tutu scholarship. And the more I'm learning about Dr. King and the real work that he was doing, because white folks and anybody else pretty much who wants to tout Dr. King, they want to tout 1963 King. Nobody wants to tout 1967 and early 1968 King. But learning the work that he was doing at the end of his life and how he facilitated to get Africans brought over here so they could get education, housing, everything just like native blacks. And then they get over here and get to turning up. Their nose, that is. You know, how do you come over here and get better than the motherfuckers that are already here? You left a whole fucking continent. This is a country here, but you left a fucking continent. Why did you go from one country in Africa to another country to another country? Why'd you have to come all the way over here? Because there wasn't shit for you over there. And then we give you shoes over in this motherfucker, and then you want to get disrespectful. That's why I always say, can't no immigrant do what the fuck I do anyway. I'm not worried about a motherfucking immigrant replacing me. An immigrant can't replace me. An immigrant can't do what I do. Now, they have certain, intelligences that obviously that I don't have. But there's no immigrant that can come over here and be who I am. I got 52 years that they can't fuck with over here. Now, they can come over here and get all kind of resources and this, that, and the other. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts of shit, that's because they were given that shit. Ain't nobody gave me shit. If I didn't learn it, if I didn't earn it, I don't have it. These motherfuckers come over here and get gifts. You got motherfuckers being flown over here, leaving a hostile territory, flown over here, giving shelter, jobs, kids in school, everything within 30 days. So yeah, we're going to get into it tonight. I mean, I'm really just going to be kind of on some flip chart shit. I'm going to be on some flip chart shit because we got so much going on. It's really just hard. I didn't come in here with one topic or two topics, which I'm going to start doing. I think I put it in the hashes if I'm not mistaken. Did I put the Freedman shorts in there? Yeah, because we're going to be doing some Freedman shorts. The goal is to keep it under 20 minutes. That's the goal. I may have somebody on there with me. It might just be myself. Might be 3 or 4 of us, but 20 minutes is gonna be the limit. We cutting it off. I don't give a fuck where we at 20 minutes. Bam. Then we're gonna try to get it down to 15. I want to master the short clip. So we're gonna fuck with that. A lot of twists and turns in my life. So, you know, it keeps me off. You know, it keeps me off. I don't know how many days it's been since I've been on. So I got to get some more regulated shit, you know. Figured out I could do something in the car. Can't really do moving like I used to do. The signal just doesn't catch. So, you know, I'm either here or, you know, I might be sitting still in the car. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some things. And I'm already past the Super Bowl thing. I mean, I'm happy for Matt Stafford. I still hate Kelly Stafford, just by the way. Matt Stafford, he's all right with me. You know, he's all right with me. But Kelly Stafford, she's still a bitch. I can't fuck with her. I'm glad she recovered from, you know, she had a life-threatening illness. Glad she recovered. I'm glad her kids are healthy, but fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck. But I'm happy for Matt. I'm happy he got, you know, I mean, everybody that puts in that work deserves that opportunity. And that motherfucker did what he could do when he was here in Detroit. My biggest problem with Stafford in Detroit was he did try to do too much because he didn't have a whole lot. I mean, when he did have Megatron, when he had maybe a formidable back for half a season, yeah, he got crazy. There were some seasons he got crazy. But for the most part, that motherfucker was out there running for his life. And people got to admit that. Matt Stafford ran for his life most of his career in Detroit. Wasn't like they set him up with a fucking wall to throw behind. He didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher. Did he ever have a 1,000-yard rusher? Took like 2-3 of them motherfuckers to get 1,000 yards. And that's just not a good football team. That doesn't make for a good football team. You don't have a good running game. I don't give a fuck how Tom Brady always had a formidable back. A couple times he had a star back, but most of the time he had a formidable back because he didn't pass the ball every goddamn time. But that's okay. It's all good. You know what I'm really on? Because we had Stafford and we did, 11, 12 years with that motherfucker. What I'm really on is Aaron Donald. That's what I was pissed about. That's why I really didn't talk about all this shit, because I've somewhat followed this motherfucker's career. I don't talk about him, but see, y'all know me. Y'all know what I did. I played where Aaron Donald plays. I was on the defensive line. So that's the part of the game that I really find interesting. That's the part of the game that I really find interesting, is the trenches. And I have followed his career much like I followed Ndamukong Suh's career. And the fact that we could have had both of them motherfuckers on the team at the same time and we didn't, we never did, because we chose to fucking draft Eric Ebron instead of Aaron Donald. Hell, we chose Eric Ebron over Odell Beckham. Hell, we chose Eric Ebron over Taylor Lewan. Right here, Ann Arbor, University of Michigan. We could have had Taylor Lewan. Now, he's crazy as cat shit. But I think he's actually having a decent career, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if he's retired. I don't think he's retired. I think he's still going. Either way, they all had better careers than Eric Ebron. And then when he left, he started catching every goddamn thing. That motherfucker couldn't catch a fucking cold in Detroit. But when Eric Ebron left, he making all kind of one hand behind the backs, all kind of catches. Yeah, he did. So he might be an immigrant too. Iran. That sounds like he might be an immigrant.
Very happy to be here.
I'm just making sure, just in case he is.
I'm very happy to be here.
Eric Iran, but Aaron Donald could have been one side and Dominican Sue on the other side. Who the fuck is going to run against us? And then as they got a little older, because Dominican Sue, I think, is actually like 3-4 years older. As they got a little older, then you get a motherfucker like they would put him in for the run. You couldn't fucking run the ball. He only plays a couple plays a drive. You have them two, and then, man. So I don't just get down on the fact that, yeah, Matt Stafford didn't do it for us, but that's okay. Because we had other opportunities, and we fucked those up, and now look at this motherfucker. Leaves 1 year, and gets a ring. I guess it wasn't his fault. No, it wasn't his fault anyway. Happy for him. Happy for his family. Fuck Kelly. So, I'm on their ass tonight, Prime. I'm on their ass tonight.
Happy to be here.
So, let me see if I didn't really have this all lined up. So I'm just gonna really be going through my notes. Because truthfully, I wasn't going to do this because I was supposed to have a cast with the guest tonight. We were supposed to do the Unaccomplished Man. We never linked up. Our schedules just really weren't jiving. But we're still going to do that. The Unaccomplished Man. Because I got some things to talk about in there. I talked about it a little bit. Might have been my last clip or maybe the clip before. I broke what I interpreted that down to be. And, mellow moods of madness tonight. Boy, these motherfuckers, they go live like every 5 minutes. They don't even give you a chance to miss them. They as soon as they hit stop, they're like, oh, I'm going live again. Here you go. I guess that's the name of the game. Numbers count. Remember how many times you go live and shit. That motherfucker, Canadian motherfucker, he go live 47 times a day. He's hilarious. Boy, so much shit happening. Man, rest in power. Rest in power to Mr. Frank Beckman. Mr. Frank Beckman, and I don't call very many people Mr. But he was a broadcaster extraordinaire. Professional. I mean, and the crazy thing was, I think he was so professional about his shit because he was a manager, shit, back in the 70s. Like when I was born, like in the early 70s, he was like the news director and shit of WDRQ. And he just became a voice. He became a ridiculous voice in Detroit radio. Great opportunity to meet him a couple times. And you kind of pattern yourself after people. I mean, I didn't pattern my delivery, my cadence or anything after him because I didn't do sports primarily. But the excitement, I mean, you get into it and you want to know. One thing that he prided himself on was knowing pretty much everybody in the game. Like he might have not known all the stats and shit, but he was very familiar with you. You rarely heard him mispronounce someone's name. Very professional delivery. Personable. When we find out them little tidbits about people and shit, and kick that with their stuff. It was just, he was impeccable. And I don't know, was last year their last year? Last year might have been their last year anyway. I don't know. Him and Brandstatter and shit, two bookend broadcasters and shit. Never talked to them at the same time. Met both of them individually, but never talked to him at the same time. But rest in power to Mr. Frank Beckman. I always try to send shout outs to the fallen microphones out there, especially if they did something in my life, you know. And he definitely helped me with my energy, just being on the mic, you know. Be excited about what you're doing, but know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, you don't want to be excitable and ignorant and shit. So it is what it is. Oh boy, this is for you, Prime. If you still here, this is for you. Cause this is for you.
I'm very happy to be here.
Your boy Van in the van. Van in the van. Van must have a minivan now. Cause this motherfucker, he done had a baby with a friend. With a friend. Van done had a baby with a friend. See, y'all know I don't give a fuck about him having a baby. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about who he had a baby with. But I'm just gonna expose something. The fact that he's breaking down the black family by saying, hey, we're just gonna co-parent from the beginning. Like, there's no relationship here. There's no true cohesiveness. They're friends, but there's no true cohesiveness. If she says, I don't want you around, just send the check, that's all he's gonna be able to do. And she know he's got a check because he got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. So his child support is already on bump. Fuck his little salary that he gets from, talking shit on TV and the radio and whatever. He got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. So that baby just became a trust fund baby. And he's a fucking simp. I'm gonna have a baby with my friend. See, Van just broke up with his wife. And he been fucking, they say fuck Kim Kardashian and fuck some of her friends and all kinds of shit. Van, but once he got that 100M put on him, Van became sexy. He went from Van to V. Jeff Bezos gave Van Jones $100 million, and that motherfucker went from nerdy to sexy overnight. Overnight. Oh, she done had the baby. She done had the baby. It says welcomes a baby girl as they plan to consciously co-parent. Is that opposite of unconsciously or subconsciously co-parenting? Co-parenting already means you are on opposite ends because it comes from divorced people. So when you're talking about you going co-parent, you already got two different ideologies. You try to fuse that shit together, but it didn't work with your relationship. Now is your parenting going to be able to work? And these two motherfuckers ain't lived together. They don't know what each other's really, really like. They're friends. And she went and had a baby with this motherfucker. He is the biggest fucking simp ever. And I'm gonna take away the whole crying on the air and shit, talking about you can talk to your kids and tell your kids it's good to be an American again. I'm gonna take all that out, throw that all out the window. I'm gonna throw all that shit out the window. But this motherfucker to have a kid with a woman and say he believes in family, I'm just gonna have a kid with a friend. We're gonna co-parent. It's a concept that I hope more people will explore and consider. I told you he was trying to break down the black family, which you didn't think so. And so here's the thing. She can be white. He's still black. He can be solid. Doesn't break down the black family. Kid's still gonna be black. They're gonna be yellow, but they're gonna be black. They're gonna be beige, but they're gonna be black. They're not gonna be dark as Van, but they'll be black. But this motherfucker, he's not working on that part. He says it's a concept that I hope more people will explore and consider. So you want just a whole bunch of friends out there fucking having kids and consciously co-parenting. No relationships, no marriages, no nothing. Are you living under the same house, under the same roof? You probably aren't living under the same roof, which already means you're defeating the purpose. Maybe not in Van's case, because he got 100M. Van got 100M, so he good as a motherfucker. You like, you need a house? You want a couple houses? What? I got 100 million. You know, plus I got this little CNN check over here. Plus I got this little thing over here, just nonprofit. Plus I got this, you know, speaking engagement. So, you know, that's bringing in another 68,000. But that 100M is sitting there, so if you need it. So she's going to go for that 100M. The 68 don't mean shit to her. That's going to go to his ex-wife. He'll probably just start throwing her the bag just to keep her quiet too. Because you notice how he got that 100M after that divorce was final. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, you just talked up family. You just talked about being an American and this, that, and the other. Now you're just saying you can just be out here with friends, just fucking and having kids, and that's the way to go. Everybody's not gonna have that shit lined up like that. He is being not only stupid, he's being irresponsible. Because, I mean, he's got influence out there. There's a lot of people that listen to Van Jones. And now you want people to consider a concept that they would only be conscious co-parents. That first fucking argument, it's gonna blow everything out the water. And the motherfucker who has the child the most, because there ain't gonna be no 50-50 split, the one who has the child the most, you know. And I've been seeing this a lot more. Men that can't pay for their children go to jail. Women that can't pay for their children get welfare. I've been seeing that a lot. That's obviously a post that's composed by a male. Somebody who probably was done wrong in the child support system. Who had, you know, an axe to grind. I get it. So true, though. When a man can't afford to live and pay child support through the system, they will put a warrant out for your arrest, and they will arrest you, and they will put you in jail, thus taking you off the street so you can't work, so you can't even afford what you couldn't afford to take care of before, because you're going to lose all that. But if a woman can't take care of her children, she can go down to the motherfucking office, get her a bridge card. Oh, you lost your job, you ain't got no health benefits? Okay, we can go over here, get the kids some My Child. Okay. Back in the day, they used to have a whole fucking room, had a whole fucking area. They get you some cheese and shit, some peanut butter. They might still have that type of shit. I don't know. But you could walk out with like a crate of shit and some food stamps and this, that, and the other. A woman could. A woman could. Take it from a motherfucker who had custody of a child for 10 years, and them motherfuckers laughed at me. The only time they actually gave me a bridge card is because when I could show them that I wasn't working, well, I was working, but I wasn't on the books. Yeah. So it looked like I was unemployed. They gave me something there. And I only did that shit because my fucking ex-wife sitting in that motherfucker for 3 fucking hours. This is well before I lost a pound. Them Department of Social Services cheers ain't too friendly on a fat motherfucker. And I sat in them bitches to get a fucking bridge card. They gave me about $160 for the month. I'm like, I sat here all this fucking time with that motherfucking chair digging into my goddamn hips. And y'all gonna give me $160? Okay. I don't know what was more demoralizing. The pain in my hips or the $160? But yeah, Van Jones is not good for Black America. We need to stop saluting his foolishness. We just have to. We have to stop saluting his foolishness. The buzz has just about died down on Mike McDaniels, the newly hired Black coach at Miami. I guess he's not Black. He's multiracial, he says. He says his dad is Black. I ain't seeing it because I ain't seen his daddy. He looks like Bob from marketing. But he swears but he won't say he's Black. He says he's multiracial. Said he's multiracial. Now, I don't know if it's him that said he's a human. There it is. So that's true. He said he's a human. Bitter. How much that weed cost? I don't know. Your mama bought it. Ask your mama how much it cost. The fuck asked me how much my weed costs. Don't worry about my motherfucking weed costs. You buying me something? Shit. I don't even know who it is over there. I don't even know who it is. Anonymous Facebook user getting greasy and shit on the post early. What's up, Sister Shannon? You know what? So that shit is true. They say this motherfucker done said he's a human. So what is everybody else? He classifies himself as a human. What is everybody else? See, I'm already tired of his motherfucking light-skinned ass. I'm like, okay. I thought he was at least gonna come in and say, you know what? I stand behind Brian Flores. You got the job, bro. You know, I stand behind Brian Flores as a colleague, but as a Black man, I definitely have to say, you know, we need to keep pushing forward. This motherfucker done said he's a human. He's just not on Haps. I don't think they're trying to be anonymous on purpose, but you know, whatever it is. People need to understand, I'm not where I used to be with this shit. I've been doing these motherfucking videos too goddamn long. And if you come in here fucked up, come in here talking greasy, I'm just gonna snap back and move on. I don't need to stay there. That's that juvenile. And I ain't no motherfucking juvenile. Not in this game. So, oh man, I was looking at fucking what weed looked like 30, 40 years ago. Some crazy shit. Lift every voice and sing. We've been knowing that Fish Fry Jimmy Clyde's been trying this. He ain't no Sean Kenyon. He ain't no Talcum X. He ain't no Talcum X. He ain't no Beijing. Yeah. Oh, Thurgood partial. So yeah, man. I'm just wondering, is anybody gonna really try to bust him out? Is anybody gonna try to bring this guy out? I mean, are they just gonna leave him alone? Because they're probably gonna leave him alone, you know. He seems like a nice guy, he seems pretty well respected. I don't blame anybody going for a job, but the motherfucker said he's a human. I really want to know what everybody else is classified as. Lift every voice and sing. did they play that last night? Did I hear that they played that shit before the game? I don't know if that's true or not. Last time I saw somebody, it was that black country singer. I heard the black country singer singing, but somebody said that song got played. And did they play it? Did they do it like out loud, or was it like, you know, I don't know. You can see that baby was like, man, if I could walk, I'd get up out of here. That baby was sitting there like, I'm not for the bullshit here. That baby's ready to tell it. Like, if these motherfuckers put sugar on my grits one more goddamn time. Oh, speaking of non-humans, I already told you we're gonna be all over with it. Did you see what the Mike was? What's their name? Now that's McDaniels. Is his name? His name is McDaniels, right? What's the motherfuckers that killed Ahmaud Arbery? Are they McDaniels too? Oh, they're McMichaels. No, they're McMichaels, I think. Yeah, they're McMichaels. Mary sung it before the game last night? They sung that shit before the football game last night? They ain't get no play though. Everybody's talked about halftime. Ain't nobody talked about Missy Guyton or Mary. Mary got up there and sung. I'm kind of mad I missed that though. One of them sisters was like really, really thick. And then the other one had a problem. She was thick too, but she had a problem, and I didn't like that. That turned me off. I don't give a fuck how thick you are. You got fucking problems. No. What the fuck is that shit? All right. Lift every voice and sing. There you go. This is talking about Kirk Franklin. Oh, so they did sing the motherfucker. Hold on a second, y'all. Here you go. There you go. Yeah, these heifers got out there and sang it.
And now, a presentation of Lift Every Voice and Sing, performed live by 5-time Grammy Award-winning contemporary gospel duo and Inglewood.
Yeah, get to it, goddamn.
Ring with the
Oh man, that's that song. Some bullshit. Not one player knew the words. That brother's looking at it like, this is some bullshit right here.
Let it resound loud as the roar.
I would have knelt down for this. Yeah, just put the camera on them. She got a thong on with a see-through dress. Oh, the other one done got thick. Yeah, she couldn't have wore that dress. Aaron Donald was like, damn. He's like, I wish I knew the words because they got the camera all over me, but I don't know the words of this shit. Didn't nobody know the words of that shit. But they should have had her a little slip on. She got a thong on. Or those are Brazilian cuts. I don't know. Anyways, that's straight up what it is. Swing low, sweet chariot. You got whip cracks all in this fucking song. Why the fuck would we want to sing that as Freedman? Lift every voice and sing? Lift every voice and sing? Are we lifting every voice? Or are we lifting every Freedman voice? Because we've been lifting every voice. That's where we done fell off at. Uh-oh, he done went live again. Boy, he done went live again, letting love in. Let love shine in. He's lifting every voice and letting love shine in. How do you motherfuckers do it? Don't y'all run out of tape? Y'all go live all day long. Your viewers be like, oh shit, not again, motherfucker. Anyway, okay, so that was whack. That was whack as fuck. I'm not even sure why they did that, but the fact that they did do it, it was whack. Either way, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'd rather hear somebody singing Swing Low and give me some whip cracks in the back, make it realistic. Because that shit right there, they're going to try to do that before every NFL game. There's going to be so many boos and shit. There's going to be so... And I bet you the Lions, they'll try to get choirs and shit out from churches and shit in the city. They're trying to get that Detroit choir out and shit. You know, they're probably trying to get that Detroit choir out to sing that shit before the game. Stop having them kids do that whack-ass shit. Put them on something where they can get some money. Y'all keep having them on all these goddamn shows and opening up concerts and commercials. Get them some real money. Get them some accounts set up so this shit carries them when they get out of school. Y'all running them to death right now. Y'all treating them like New Edition on that first tour. Get these kids in that Detroit choir some goddamn money. I think the choir leader, I think he eating, because he looked bigger than he was. So I know he eating. And them kids gonna change out because they gonna get older, and then you're gonna have the younger ones. Get them kids set up on some contracts where they can get some residuals. They doing a lot of shows, doing a lot of stuff. Make sure somebody's taking care of the young kids and the Detroit choir's money. God damn it. I'm telling. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all take these young kids around and use them and shit. And then when they get too old, their voice start changing, you get somebody else. They ain't got nothing locked in. They'll put years in that shit building your shit. The years of building your shit, and then all of a sudden, now y'all get the bag, and they don't get nothing. Yep. We putting everybody up on game now. Freedman's game. Period. Period. Not fucking with y'all no more. Shit. Oh, yeah. So the McMichaels, they said they were known to call black people savages down there. And they just said nigga anytime. Like, old boy was like, yeah, ain't no niggas that work with me. I'm so glad I work here. Ain't no niggas around. They got him on tape. Text messages or some shit. And then they said, several people said, yes, they referred to black people as savages. Savages. I thought we were savages like way long time ago. How did we work our way back to savages? Motherfucker, we are more cultured than you. There ain't nobody more cultured in this country than black people. We've created every fucking art form, music form, culinary form that in this land. Name something that we ain't created besides tacos. Shit. And Chinese food. Sushi. We created this bitch. Just like Caribbeans and Africans coming over here talking about they created hip hop. You didn't create shit. Okay? You didn't create shit. You didn't have electricity to hook your turntables up to. Sorry. That was the beginning of hip hop. Don't come over here with your djembe drums. That's not it. That's not it. You motherfuckers had an opportunity to become a part of hip hop. Now you started it. Ain't this a bitch? If y'all started this shit, we're the first hip hop records that was in y'all little native tongues and shit. Yeah, Puerto Rican saying they started. Where the Puerto Rican rap records at? Jamaican saying they started. Where are all the motherfucking Jamaican music? Jamaican raps. Now you got this African over here. He talking about he started rap. Okay. Yeah, in 1973. Okay, got it. You already asked late. James Brown was rapping well before that. And there was plenty of people rapping before James Brown. Motherfuckers coming over here talking about they started some shit. You didn't start shit. But that coin-operated washer and dryer when you moved into your efficiency apartment, when you came over here to go to school. And thank Martin Luther King for that. Because you wouldn't have been able to do that. You motherfuckers was confused. You didn't have to hang your clothes up on a line? Shit. You was confused. Now you done got a little culture and you want to talk about black folks. Okay. Okay. We get to asking for our shoes back, just cough them up. Tired of y'all shit. Like motherfuckers like Michael Blackson, all these motherfuckers that come over here and do dirt after they done got the bag over here. What would Michael Blackson be in motherfucking Africa? If he wasn't able to come over here and do his thing, what would he be over in Africa? Besides in the field. Fuck out of here. You know. Motherfucker Daniel Kaluuya, I'm tired of talking about race. Bitch, you played Fred Hampton. You gonna talk about race for the rest of your goddamn career. Hear me? Hear me? You played Fred Hampton, chairman of the board. You gonna talk about race when we say you gonna talk about race. Motherfucker. Telling you, we need to take the shoes back. When they start talking that shit, they start looking at their feet. If Idris Elba got to talking that greasy shit, I don't give a fuck what y'all women say. I don't give a fuck how fine y'all think he is. He giving up the shoes. Only reason motherfuckers roll with Idris and his wife when they caught the COVIDs, because he ain't never said nothing greasy about black people over here. He worked right into the black system. He knows where he's from. We know where he's from. He salutes that. He didn't come over here talking greasy about us, and that's why he's able to walk. He's able to walk around. When you come over here talking that stupid shit and you fled a territory, eat a dick, nigga. Eat a motherfucking dick. You couldn't cut it somewhere else, so you came over to this bitch. You want to talk about people that's over here. First thing you got to do is get some shots, motherfucker. We been here. Talk that dumb shit. I'm sick of y'all. Sick of y'all. You know that invite's always open, baby. If you get ready, you want to do something. If not, I get it. So, where I'm at right now, I just feel we need to be focused on us. Too many people are focused on what everybody else is doing. Too many people are focused on what everybody else is doing. How come we don't focus on our own shit? I believe in cleaning up our own house first. You can't get motherfuckers on code to talk politics without arguing. Sooner or later, we flinging down Washington, D.C. No, we talk local. Wherever you at, you talk local. You talk your city, your township, your state, your county. Fuck Washington, D.C., man. Before it gets to Washington, D.C., it matters on the local end. It matters on the local end. So if you can't get it right on the local end, don't come talking to me. Don't come talking to me about no motherfucking federal motherfucking politics. The one and only. The one and only.
What up? What up? Peace. What up, family? Thank you for the invite. I didn't even know, but when the OG invites, I'll come and join in.
I appreciate that, brother. I know it's not always possible, but I was like, let me go ahead and put it out there. He's pretty active in the chat, so if he's able to come through, he'll come through. We good.
Absolutely. I'm here. We here. Freedman here. Freedman
What's up with
Media.
NYC, dog?
Oh, man.
Your boy Eric Adams is clowning.
Eric Adams always clowning, man. He been a clown. He been a bozo.
I'm gonna cut this.
He been a bozo. He been a phone.
Bro. And
And for the young ones you know this ain't a young broadcast right here.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck out of here.
We might as well just go on and put the disclaimer out once again.
That's
Let me
right.
go in and get it out once again before we, because I already know I've been cussing enough, and now your ass is up here. This is about to get wrong.
Yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck off the property.
So I've been just, I just look at news stuff and hear the cast. Is this motherfucking Cuomo really trying to get back in politics?
Yeah, from what I can tell, yep. Yeah. Yeah. And he'll probably get back in too.
God, how?
Well, he's white and he'll be all right. He's white and he'll be all right. You know how that goes.
He been squeezing titties and rubbing asses in the elevators and all kinds of shit. Yeah. Had to step down. He was the governor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Top dog.
He was the governor before this one, the woman Houcho, however you say her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because a lot of white women, gotta say the H for the hate.
Gotta say it.
A lot of white women, they voted for Trump in droves.
Yeah.
To grab him by the pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact that he was able to get, he garnered what? 75% of white women?
I don't know the number, but I'll just say it was more than 51%.
Oh yeah, it was definitely over half.
Yeah,
it was definitely over half.
Number. Yeah. I don't know the exact number, but it was definitely more than 51%, you know?
Yeah, he had over half the white macadamia cookie.
Oh no, not the white macadamians.
The white macadamia. So I look at Cuomo being able to get back into office. This motherfucker Eric Adams, he's about to start stopping frisk. Dog, I want y'all to be safe out there. Y'all gotta be careful. I believe he's about to turn NYPD up on y'all.
Oh yeah.
And all the tropes that they're throwing out there, how we're supposedly abusing this ethnicity and that ethnicity and this, that, and the other. Dude, we ain't got time to be fucking with them.
Yeah.
We don't have time. That's why I said it's not about being bitter. When we come for our shit, we're coming for our shit. And we're not going to sit around and argue with the motherfucker who swam here.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not debating with you.
Yeah.
And politics at this point right now is so vital on the local end. You are a local activist. You see it on the ground. In the biggest city. Okay, so is New York City bigger than Los Angeles?
I don't know. My geology isn't that good, but I mean, Cali is definitely bigger than New York. You know?
But maybe there's so many goddamn people in New York. Maybe they're, because they're spread out in California, they're stacked up in New York.
Yeah, definitely in the city, we definitely are stacked up. But as far as like the influence when it comes to politics, usually a lot of stuff that happens in New York, it usually gets like trickled down to other cities and stuff around the country, you know?
Right.
With New York and Cali, you know?
So California kind of takes the lead from New York.
Yep.
Okay. Which means West Coast politics more or less takes the lead from California because they're going to take it from them if they're getting it from New York. Okay.
Exactly.
And that's why they have those weird ass territories like Oregon and shit where, it's a conservative territory, but they want to all be like, No, it's all about kumbaya, but that's kumbaya with y'all.
Right.
It ain't kumbaya. That was like the last state that they allowed black people to be in. I mean, they had a no nigga sign till like what? Like the 70s?
Yo. Oh man.
Oregon had a no nigga sign.
Yo, I'm done.
I'm like, how the fuck you gonna be able to spell Negro with your state? You can spell Negro with Oregon, right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't get no Negroes in that bitch.
Oh no.
I'm just like, what the fuck? This is a state that wouldn't allow black people. It was a known thing. So that's when they talk that Mississippi shit, Texas shit, Louisiana shit, Alabama shit. Motherfucker, what about Oregon?
Yeah.
Oregon was fucked up for black folks.
Yeah, there was some type of lawsuit about that before. How I think some black people. Damn, I forgot exactly what happened, but it had something to do with like black people being involved or included in some resources, and everybody just came down and started running down on them. You know, white people, all these kind of people started getting mad and saying, "Oh, why are they getting resources?" Even though Asians filed the same claim for resources and other groups filed the same claim for resources, and nobody said shit.
No. And I'm seeing such a connection with all this shit with them wanting to give these resources, you know, to these Native American Indians.
Right.
Then I go back and look at their stats. Ain't it the Choctaw? It's the Choctaw, right?
As far as what?
Ain't that who he's trying to fuck with right now, Clyburn and the Choctaw?
Oh, those are the Catawba.
Oh, Catawba. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Let me look them up. Hold on a second. Catawba.
Yeah, Catawba. I'm not pronouncing it right, but yeah, they was included in the Lands Act where they got 17 acres, and how those acres are going to be used to create casinos.
Yeah.
Mind you, these are the same Catawbas who were slave catchers.
Well, I'm going into it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going into it right now because I didn't know exactly where they sat, but I know that they were fucking with the Choctaws and the Cherokees as slave catchers.
Yeah.
They just weren't as big as the Cherokees and the Choctaws.
Right. Well, as popular, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Cherokees and the Choctaw, yeah, they are part of those 5 slave-holding tribes.
Yeah. And so when people want to have me to have empathy for a motherfucker who may have held on to my great-great-great-great-grandfather, eat a dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen.
It talks about it right here. Hold on a second. And see, I guess this is the thing. Them motherfuckers had shit. They was holding their own. Then they got swindled. They got beat.
Right.
They got ran out of the shit that they called their own. We never had our own. If we would have had the same type of property set up, see, we were so resourceful.
Right.
We would have built up infrastructure knowing how to protect what we had. They didn't know how to protect what they had.
Mm-hmm.
They out there smoking peace pipes, talking all this, that, and the other. No. And then what they want to call us, savages, that's what they were dealing with. They were dealing with white European peasant savages.
Yeah.
And they got that ass snatched, and they lost their shit, getting swindled out of their land.
You did business with them, exactly.
You got in bed with them.
Yeah.
If you get in bed, you're getting fucked. You get in bed, you're getting fucked. So
and the white man is the original freak. My bad. Go ahead.
Come on, dog. The OG.
Original gangster and the original freak. Neanderthal.
I mean, them motherfuckers was just flat out like, I'm fucking somebody.
Yeah.
They didn't care whether it was male or female back then.
Yeah.
That's how that whole wild sexual behavior started.
Oh, yeah. Got them messing around with animals and all kind of shit.
Oh, man. Bestiality? Come on, dog.
Yeah, man. See these white women messing with dogs, getting fucked by horses and all this other kind of shit. Like, what the hell's going on here, man?
Like, look, you know, I mean, a four-legged animal. How do you even put yourself in a mental position? Yeah, that looks appealing. How do you do that?
Regular shit.
I mean, these motherfuckers was walking up behind cows. Fucking cows.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what are you doing here? How romantic could fucking a cow be?
That's I'd say that's a part of their nature. It's who they are. As a group, obviously, not all.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
as
not.
a group.
As a group. That we're not talking about the whole collective.
Yeah, as a group, yeah. That's what they do.
Are you in a hot tub?
No, I'm not. I'm in the bathroom.
Or a bathtub, whatever.
Yeah.
My fault. I mean, just make sure that camera don't go the wrong way. We ain't trying to get no strikes.
I got you.
We ain't trying to have this go OnlyFans.
Oh, God, no. Please. Please, God, no.
So we're seeing obviously the decimation of the fucking Democratic Party.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think both parties are actually really fucked up right now, but I don't really care about the parties. I'm just seeing just confusion. Just flat out confusion. This whole thing with the harm reduction kits, I mean, it's just a bad play.
That was crazy. You see how out of touch they are?
It's just a bad play, bro. Like, look, man.
Touch they are. Jeez.
You motherfuckers are not trying to heal people. You're just like, you know what? Let's send out some glass dicks. How about that? And throw in some fentanyl strips and some gauze pads. I mean, literally, they're trying to give you the shit to get high with. Throw in a syringe, you know. I'm like, you know, if I didn't hear it with my own ears, I wouldn't have believed the shit when they broke everything down was in that kit. I'm like, that's not preventing STDs or even preventing COVID or whatever. You are enabling it. You're not preventing any of that. I'm going to give you a nice, fresh, clean crack pipe.
Right. And it's not harm reduction either.
Right. Here, take these rubber hoses. Take these rubber hoses and distribute them out equally.
Right. You're giving glass pipes and methamphetamines and opioids, and instead of injecting it, they're saying, here, smoke it. And they're calling that racial equality.
They got glass dick condoms. So they know people are going to pass the pipe, so they give you your own glass dick condom.
Right. With lip balm.
Yeah, because they don't want your lips to crack.
Yeah.
Because if your lips crack and then you transfer fluids, you know, we're not trying to prevent you from doing drugs. We just want to make sure if you are doing drugs that you have the best lip therapy around.
Exactly.
Lip therapy.
Exactly. And the article said, you know, damn, what did it say? That starts the conversation. It
What
starts a
conversation?
Yeah, starts a conversation.
Between two crackheads? Between two meth heads? No, what you're going to do is start an argument because you're going to get a meth head and a heroin addict, and those motherfuckers are on two different sides of the sphere. Heroin people and meth heads are totally different. It's like an MMA fight with like 7 teeth.
17. I'm done.
That crack was bad and heroin was bad, but that methamphetamine, that shit makes them motherfucking teeth drop out like Tic Tac. Them motherfuckers, dog. They be on that shit for like 6 months and be like, you need a whole rack.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's crazy, man.
So, I mean, and to think that motherfuckers are still smoking. Who smokes crack like that? It's just this other shit. I mean, even powder, even sniffing powder has even gotten back into, but because it ain't powder. See, that's what people don't know. The shit ain't powder. It's like part powder, part fucking baking soda, part fentanyl. You got motherfuckers doing lines and dying on the first line.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bad dope.
Bad coke.
That's bad coke.
Yeah. It's different.
How do you die? They're like, oh, they said it was his first time.
The first time.
It's like Lynn Bias. You don't think that was bad dope? You don't. People try to. Yeah, that was his first time doing dope. Are you fucking kidding me? Lynn Bias probably did dope all through college.
Right.
Wasn't his first time doing coke.
Right.
You motherfuckers went cheap on it, is what you did, bitch. He had been doing coke the whole time. He didn't fucking die. He didn't do coke on draft night. He had been hanging out with NBA players and all that shit all that time, and coke was prevalent around then.
That's
no,
a
you
fact.
assholes went out and got some cheap shit.
That's a fact.
Shit. He couldn't go out. He just got drafted. He needed to lay back in the cut. You motherfuckers supposed to go out and score some primo shit. You went out and scored a death sentence for the bag. Lynn Bias was the bag.
Damn sure was.
All them people that was around there crying and shit when he died, them motherfuckers, man, they was gonna be like how LeBron's people were. Like, you dummies did this? LeBron could have been that way. LeBron's people could have been like, let's do this. But he was the smartest of them all. See, I don't think Lynn was as smart as LeBron was. LeBron was actually the leader. He had a mental.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lynn was more brawn than brains. And it was just unfortunate, man, that he met that type of demise, because that motherfucker, he was going to be a hell of a pro.
I think so.
And I think he would have been good for the league, just hardworking, country boy, da-da-dee, da-da-bam, bam, he'd have been tight.
I think he would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll never know now.
We'll never know. We'll never know, because we couldn't secure. We couldn't keep him right. It's like this other, the track girl, Sha'Carri. Her people are fucked up, dude. They all need to be fired. To allow her to be out here like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And them Jamaicans got to be like, well, damn, she was our only competition. Somebody's going to pass her in the U.S. Watch. Because I don't believe she's on her shit the way she was before. An unfortunate distraction. It was a bullshit distraction. Definitely a biased distraction. You shouldn't have been in that position to get knocked off your square like that. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to be running for Olympic gold. I understand the stressors and all that shit, the shit she was going through, but goddamn it, they should have said, you know what? Here, take these shots of tequila, but you can't have that shit in your system. Mm-hmm. To let her hit a joint going into the Olympic trials, you dumb motherfuckers. That's dumb. That's dumb. Whatever. So are you a sports guy? Are you a sports guy? Did you watch the game at all?
I am a sports guy, but not as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like it's really no loyalty as far as the NBA is concerned, and these super teams, and
Yeah.
but with the NFL, I was working, so I didn't really get to see that game. But the team that I wanted to win won. The
Right.
Rams won.
So was that Beckham's first Super Bowl? I thought he won one with the Giants.
Nah, he never won one with the Giants.
So he came in right after they had won that one.
Yeah, he came in afterwards. Yeah.
So I thought he was the guy. I just saw the highlight. I thought Odell Beckham was the guy that caught the ball on the helmet.
Oh, nah.
That was Tyree or something like that. I just saw it.
Yeah, David Tyree.
I literally thought it was Odell Beckham, and like that's how he got famous. But that was David Tyree.
Nah, yeah.
So Odell Beckham even came in after the dancing motherfucker.
Well, Odell Beckham was the dancing motherfucker. Whenever he
I
was
thought
caught.
there was another dancing motherfucker did the salsa.
Oh yeah. That was Victor Cruz.
Victor Cruz. There you go.
He was like I think he was mixed. I know he was Hispanic. I think Puerto Rican.
Okay.
But
Now, how do those guys live? Do those guys live like black men, or those guys kick it to that Latino side?
As far as Victor Cruz,
Yeah.
I think he was living like a black man or whatever. But as far as like whenever he would score, he would definitely do his little.
Yeah, he did his salsa shit. I get it.
You know what I mean?
And his name is Victor Cruz, so I
That was like
understand
his
that.
thing. I can't really say how he lived. I only followed him on a football field.
Right.
You know?
But like, okay, I mean, I don't really fuck with her, but Cardi B, I mean, she talks her Latino shit up, but she pretty much lives like a black woman. But she kicks the Latino shit up conveniently. She'll let you know that's what she is.
I think she.
But then she tries to keep her nigga pass open. She
I
likes
think
to be able to say nigga.
I think she does both.
She does both.
I think she does both.
Can you do both though, bro?
Yeah, you can. She be code switching like Kamala. Like with Kamala, she's like the code switching queen, but she's been exposed, and Cardi B when she's around, I mean, I think that's naturally in her because she's a part of hip hop, which is Freedman culture and everything, and she's from the Bronx.
Was she talking that shit about Spanish people creating hip hop? Was she in that brigade, or did she stay quiet?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.
Not that I know of, but she's always talking shit about black women and all that other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But imitating everything that black women do.
Yeah.
So her music, I like a lot of her songs or whatever, but as far as like her personally, she kind of turned me off with that bullshit.
I mean,
all the while laying on top of a black pimp.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And having black children while disrespecting black people and black women especially.
Right.
I don't fuck well for that. And she's just a nigga with straight hair or curly hair, so.
Yeah.
Like many other Hispanics.
Yeah. That's why I mean, I haven't seen the whole story, but it looks like this motherfucking, Gordo Jose, he done came up out the burrito again. Now he's siding with Joe Rogan.
Oh, wait, hold on. I thought he was clapping at him. He said he wanted to see him. No?
Gordo Jose?
Yeah.
I thought that. Wait a minute. Maybe I read it wrong.
He wanted to see him as if he wanted to throw hands. He said, I want to see him by myself. I'm just being honest. That was his quote.
Let me see. Fat Joe.
Like if he was to see him in person by himself, he wanted to, square up. Yeah.
Fat Joe calls out. Okay, so he did call him out.
Yeah.
I thought he sided with him.
Nah, I don't think.
Okay. Joey's still trying to come back. He got a ways to go, but he's still trying to come back. He fucked up when he did that versus.
He over there code switching too, cause he another one who's talking shit about black women. With,
Absolutely.
And who's that? Little Mo.
That's what I'm saying in that versus. In that verse when he was calling them crack hoes and shit.
Exactly. All the while him and annoying ass Rosie Perez talking shit about Spike Lee
Come on, man.
and black men and black people. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm so tripped out how they just turn. Like, this motherfucker gave you your big break.
Yeah, yeah.
Gave you your big break. You ain't said shit all these years. Now you feel like the bag is secure. Now you want to start talking shit.
And had nothing to say about Crazy Legs, who was a Hispanic dude who was charged with or he admitted publicly about his sexual deviances.
Yeah.
You know, Crazy Legs is like a big break dancer dude from the Bronx and hip hop culture. Puerto Rican, by the way, a Puerto Rican.
And you notice they laying low.
Had
Ain't saying
nothing
shit.
to say about that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing to say.
They stay on code with
They
each
want to
other.
talk shit about Bill Cosby and Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So
They stay on
Fat Joe
code.
know what he's doing. I think he's clout chasing when it comes to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan will wash him.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that's about because we already know Fat Joe wears a waist trainer. I mean, let's just put it out there. I mean, to see him dressed up and shit, I'm like, okay. We really don't believe that that's just all Joe tucked in there.
Sloppy Joe.
And Joe Rogan looks like he probably works out a couple times a week.
Yeah.
I don't. What is around 3 minutes? Shit, Fat Joe can't go 3 minutes.
Yeah. He's a Jersey boy. Joe Rogan. Them dudes specialize in wrestling and yeah. Jersey boy. Jersey white boy. Boys don't play around.
He gonna come out trying to throw haymakers.
Wrestling. Yeah, he looks like he's in some, good shape. I mean, can't really count anybody out, but if I was a betting man, I'm not betting on Fat Joe. Tell you that.
Joey Crack better hit him with a haymaker coming out the gate.
Joey Crack ain't doing that. Joey Crack getting cracked.
I don't believe he's fast enough to hit Joe Rogan.
Probably not. Joey Crack getting cracked in the face.
I mean, that's not a good fight for him. Because if he tries to go and hit him up high, Rogan's just gonna come in there and beat up all that fat meat around his chest.
Right. Go for the body.
He go for the body, and that's all tender tissue in there.
Yeah, man.
Joey Crack is not. He can't take them hits.
Yeah. To my knowledge, he's like Joe Rogan is like a MMA fighter, and like, come on, man. He does a lot of the commentating on that too.
And I don't like that mayonnaise motherfucker. I mean, I've known people be like, "Hey, you listen to Joe Rogan?" Like, no.
Nah.
People always ask me, this motherfucker has 11 million subscribers. I'm like, everybody listens to Joe Rogan's not white.
Right.
There's black people that listen to Joe Rogan. I'm like, what are you clowns doing? He sits there and talks about black people like 3 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he can do it shit subtly, or he can do it blatantly. And you motherfuckers still sitting there and listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just like, okay.
The comments he made, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Those comments he made.
Whatchamacallit, I think is it Bumble or Rumble? Another platform just offered him $100 million, plus they said they'll take all of his old material and
really?
pay him for that too. This motherfucker's actually getting more powerful.
Wow.
Because he wasn't sat down, because motherfuckers didn't get on code. You see what India Ari did.
Oh, God.
I'm like, damn.
She not even popping. Like, what did they threaten? What threat? I don't know, man. I can't
he's not racist.
I'm not in that industry, but like, I thought she was, black brother. What happened?
I thought she was solid, dog. I thought she was solid. And she crumbled within like 48 hours.
Folded.
I'm like.
Folded like she was talking about the Jews. She got folded.
I'm like, who called her? And what did they tell her to just? Well, I don't think he's racist. I'm like, but we just watched your. But wait a minute. But fuck it, never mind.
Bended the knee.
What you
And
think
it,
about Dave Chappelle? You hear about Dave Chappelle and the affordable housing shit?
yeah, I don't know the full story, but at first it sounded a little shaky, but I think that was like the media trying to frame it as if he doesn't support black people getting affordable housing. But to my knowledge, it was like some gentrified affordable housing. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
the
I
details of
mean,
that?
the media spin was that Dave doesn't like poor people or he doesn't want to live around poor people. And that's slightly true, but it wasn't supposed to be that in the first place. They tried to slide the shit in. And he set this shit up. And these houses that are supposed to be built, they're like 300,000 plus. Then they're like, well, they're going to do an affordable housing component. You don't go from 300,000 plus to affordable housing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now you may start with affordable housing and then build and be like, oh, we're gonna do nicer homes.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to throw this affordable housing component in down the line. They was like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Right.
Because at that point, where are the people coming from? Now you're talking about importing motherfuckers because it ain't like if you ain't supposed to be there, you don't live in the Yellow Springs. It's not. It's a farm town. And they're trying to keep it pretty much as such. They want to keep the small town value. They're willing to bring more people in, but they still want to keep the small town fair.
Okay.
They're not looking for skyscrapers. They're not looking for 3-4 grocery stores, which when you bring in affordable housing, real affordable housing, you're going to start talking about families. Now, if you're just talking about income-based shit, that could be seniors.
True.
But you can't govern that. Unless you're going to say it's a senior complex. They were saying affordable housing. It was very ambiguous. Whatever. They've gotten that ass. We went up to that city council meeting. It was like, don't fuck with me. I'll pull all this bread up out of here.
Let's go.
And now everybody mad at him. Like, I stand with Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like, yeah, if I get the bag, I'm moving. I'm going to still fuck with my people, which Dave does.
Yeah.
But just because I fuck with you don't mean I want to live next door to you. Because I really don't want to live next door to anybody if I get that bag. I don't want to see my neighbor if I get that bag. I might see you at the end of the drive, like at the end of the street, but I don't want to see you. Like when I pull out of my driveway, I don't want to be looking over and you're pulling out of yours and waving. I'm done with that. I hate that.
It's understandable. He has that right.
He has that right and he has that much money. So why would he want motherfuckers? Because his house is obviously a tourist attraction. Because if you're driving by Yellow Springs, I bet you everybody knows where Dave's farm is in Yellow Springs. So his house is somewhat a tourist attraction, but I bet you because it's not like everybody's going there, he's like, fuck it, He's never kept that quiet that he lives in Yellow Springs. And then he does business in the town, so he's a regular motherfucker there.
Where exactly is that Yellow Springs?
Yellow Springs is in Ohio. It's a farm town.
Oh, okay, Ohio. Gotcha.
A farm town. And, that's where he's chosen to raise his kids. He wants to raise his kids in a very small environment because he's so fucking magnanimous.
Right.
He can raise his kids in LA. He can raise his kids in New York. He can raise his kids anywhere. But he's like, no, let's keep, real shit happening here.
Understandable.
And he wasn't trying to have him come in and fuck with him and be like, hey, I don't know. But I was listening to the Young Turks, and I fuck with Jank. But that motherfucking dog, he started talking greasy about Dave, and I'm like, you know what? You fucking left motherfuckers, y'all get a little beside yourself. They get a little beside themselves. I mean, they want to be so ultra liberal. Dave has the right whether he wants to live next to a poor motherfucker or not. He has that right. And he gives more to poor people than you do, bitch.
He's earned it, yeah.
I mean, Dave is a philanthropist, and he fucks with his people heavy.
Yeah.
But they want to be all on him, talking about, he killed an affordable housing project. Man, he didn't kill shit.
I think this is like backlash to him beating the LGBT community.
Absolutely.
I think this is backlash.
They didn't like that shit.
It's similar to when OJ was found not guilty. So the next thing they had to get him on was some bullshit about him stealing his own paraphernalia or his own shit.
Yeah.
So with this, I mean, it's not to that magnitude, but I use that analogy to make the point. Like, you know, oh, we didn't get you on this, so now we got to get you on this. You know what I mean?
You got to understand the work that it had to take for O.J. Simpson to win the Heisman Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take that trophy away in a civil lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
O.J. knew where that trophy was.
Mm-hmm.
O.J. said, I'm going to get my trophy.
And they put him in jail for it.
Doc, what are you here for? I was trying to steal my Heisman back. Oh, okay.
The trophy says O.J. Simpson.
It says O.J. Simpson. Now, motherfuckers walking around with this trophy that says O.J. Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
It can't say anything but O.J. Simpson. If you take that plate off, it doesn't even have any value because now it's going to be looked at as a knockoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's replica Heismans out here.
Mm-hmm.
O.J. Simpson is on that trophy.
Yep.
O.J. said, hey, it's mine. You know, I earned it, so I'm going to take it.
Right.
O.J.'s biggest problem is that he had that snub nose in his pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have went with that.
Right. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but the point is, Dave Chappelle is undefeated, and as a black man with that kind of power, and for him to go toe to toe with the LGBT community and destroy them and win, it's unheard of.
Yeah.
You know, so now with this new news or this fake news, whatever you want to call it, for them to frame it as if he's against affordable housing, that has to be the narrative to discredit him. That's how it
was
starts.
just how they tried to say he was against the LGBTQIAP.
Right.
He wasn't
That's
against them.
That's how it starts when you discredit someone like Dave Chappelle. You know, he gave a splendid comedy joint with the you know, what was it, Sticks and Stones, and what was the last one he did? I forgot the last one where he got at the.
Well, that's the one where he really pissed him off.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And then, you know, he had a trans woman. He explained that story, the trans woman friend, and everything. And it was the LGBT community who attacked the trans woman the hardest.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Where that trans woman ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
You know.
And it wasn't from Dave. It was from them.
Right.
From the personal attacks of the LGBTQIAP.
Yeah, he explained that. We don't know if that was the exact or only reason, but I definitely will say that influenced that decision. That was a big factor.
Yeah.
For the trans woman to commit suicide. Yeah, absolutely. But you see, we don't talk about that.
They're harder on themselves than heteros could ever be.
I agree.
Gay people are hard on themselves. I've seen it. So the relationships. Dude, we've had a couple murders around here. Gay relationships, murders.
In Michigan?
Yeah, men killing men and women killing women.
Okay.
See, it's happening on both sides of the coin. I can't say that one is, you know, is more dangerous, but we're seeing it. So when you see the heterosexual relationships and there's domestic violence, people like to shield off the LGBTQIAP domestic violence.
Right.
And they have very, very, very volatile relationships.
Absolutely. That's not highlighted in the media either.
No, not at all.
Or demonized, as I would say.
Right.
There was a woman, I think it was actually in New York, where she murdered her girlfriend, shot her in the face and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? That was a while back.
I've never heard of that story. But I mean, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
We've had the slicing. A girl sliced a girl's face. She bled to death, and then another girl shot her girlfriend, suspected of cheating.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I mean, that's the punishment. I mean, I'm not saluting it and saying it's any better. But a man suspected of cheating, woman throws his shit out. He comes home, picks his shit up, throws it in the car, he drives off.
Bleach.
He suspects her of cheating. He get to cutting up her clothes. The shit can become physical. I'm trying not to go there, but I know that there's obviously violence, domestic violence,
Absolutely.
But a murder? I mean, you just gonna murder each other? Oh, the one motherfucker, the two dudes in the Detroit area, he killed his boyfriend over a video game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Choked him out.
Wasn't that the TikTok dude?
The TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. This motherfucker beat him in a video game and he choked his ass out.
That gotta make me think it's gotta be something deeper than a video game, though. You know what I mean? Or maybe it was. I don't know. But that sounds just ridiculous. So
one
ridiculous.
of the things that I know too, because I let people know. You're like, oh yeah, man, they smoked weed. Don't blame it on cannabis. There's a lot of illicit drugs out here now.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of designer shit. A lot of shit makes these guys act crazy. Girls too. They lace they shit. So sometimes you be thinking they smoking, just smoking weed, but they might have some fucking PCP or something in that shit. They might have anything in there. And they're irresponsibly using and drinking. It's already a different buzz when you drink and smoke cannabis simultaneously. Okay. When you talk about taking some illicit shit that's already gonna make you act out of sorts, throw some alcohol on top of it, and then blow some smoke through it, shit. You don't know what the fuck you're gonna get.
You just looked around like you was.
I felt like I heard something and shit.
What?
Like, what the fuck is that?
You just looked around like you was grooving right just now.
Yeah.
See, I don't smoke though, so I mean I drink, but I don't smoke, so I never had like both influences. I can't speak on that, but I've been lit a few times. Nice little buzz, nice little lit.
Now, do you prefer liquor or like beer or what?
I prefer probably beer, but if I want to get like lit or nice or good buzz, it's liquor,
White,
I like
brown?
Bacardi. I like Bacardi, whiskey. Not really Hennessy, but I like Douce. I drink Hennessy because all my friends like Hennessy, so I like the Douce a lot. Long Island iced tea. That really gets you going right there. LIT, man. LIT is really lit.
Get you a Long Island top shelf and watch the motherfuckers pour it.
Okay.
That'll be your only drink for the night.
Okay, I believe that.
A Long Island top shelf. The liquor is so different than a standard Long Island well, dude. Nice. And if you want to get really, really nice, just tell them to do half the ice.
Okay.
Yeah, tell them to do half the ice. Don't dilute your shit.
Yeah, you sound like yeah, you know all the shit, huh?
I'm 52, baby.
To the trade.
I got nothing but ism for you, baby. I got nothing but ism for you.
That's a fact. Ciroc. I like Ciroc.
Okay. See, I went through the whole vodka stage. I fucked with the Goose back in the day.
The Goose sneak up on you, though.
The Goose will sneak up on you.
Definitely
Belvedere was smoother. Or no, Goose was smoother, but I stopped fucking with Goose because they told me Goose had glycerin and that's why it was smooth. So then we started drinking Belvedere. And then we went from Belvedere. Now, truthfully, I like Tito's.
Really?
Tito's is like my favorite vodka now.
I never had that one.
Tito's is good vodka.
Okay.
Tito's is a good vodka. We still up? Oh, that's your girl.
Slow down, everybody.
What?
Can I get a witness?
What?
That was like a montage of her fucking cackling and shit. It started up. I didn't mean to start it up, but it started up. So
Who was that? Oh,
that's your
Camilla?
girl. Listen.
That ain't my girl. That's Camilla.
Slow down, everybody. No.
That ain't my girl.
Can I get a witness?
No, you can't get a witness. Bitch. Who's that? Camilla Imhoff?
That was M Hall.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fuck that bitch.
That was
Man.
Mamala M Hall.
It's not
You
my
know,
girl.
she cooked her
I'm not gonna
goose.
do anything that's just gonna help benefit black people. No. Fuck
She
her.
cooked her goose. We knew this, right? But why did the Kwanzaa thing have to come out? Why'd she do it?
Cause she's a liar. She's a code switcher. Before she got into office, she was a black woman. When she got into office, she was Asian American. She transformed.
Transformed.
She was Asian. Now we all seen the pictures of her and her family when she was little, with the Indian dots on their head, and she mean to tell us that that family was celebrating Kwanzaa.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Come on.
especially when they fled to Ontario, y'all was over there celebrating Kwanzaa.
Come on, son. Her mom puts Caucasian on her birth certificate.
She doesn't have Jamaican on there?
Nah, her father is Jamaican. But she
Well,
don't
her
even
mama ain't Caucasian.
Right, but like her mom's is like what's that, Brahmin?
Yeah.
Brahmin, so I guess in that culture or East India, in Asia over there, they're classified as, they can be classified as Caucasian. It's on her birth
Are they
certificate.
the white people over there? Brahmins are the white people over there?
I would say so, that as far as their caste system, yeah.
So what is the Southeast Asian shit? What does that all come in at? I mean, are you Asian? Because when I think of Asian, I think of, slanted eyes kind of.
Yeah, like,
How are they looked at as Asian?
right, most Asians are like, when we talk about Asians, is implied or socially, consciously thought of as Orientals,
Right.
But there's other like different Asians, like East Indian. You know what I mean? Like, not all of them are Orientals, but that's what we mostly think of.
So do they so when she became one of the 100 most influential Asians, she gets to get that tag because of the shit of their geographics?
Yeah, because that's where her mom's is from. Like that area, that's considered Asia. It's in Asia, so.
And in the Hindus, she's one of them too.
Yeah.
I mean, she can claim all them sets.
Right, which is why she's a code switcher. Because she claims or she adapts to whoever's in the room.
She used
Whoever
us
she's trying-
to get
Yeah.
linked in.
Right. So
She
whoever
used the HBCU. She used, going to San Francisco, downtown Willie Brown, all the connections.
The same administration who cut HBCU funding, and she's supposed to be the what's that, Alpha Kappa? I don't know.
AKA.
Yeah, AKA.
Ski Wee.
Her and Biden cut funding for the HBCUs.
Biden don't want black people to go to school anyway. Shit, that's Jim Crow.
Right.
She done got her shit. She don't give a fuck whether HBCUs survive or not. If you've noticed, she didn't put a fucking AKA on her goddamn staff.
That's true too.
You trying to
He's
tell me there
probably
ain't no?
right. Don't want no AKAs on there.
You don't want no real black people on his shit.
No Freedman. Nobody with Freedman consciousness. No.
Oh man, speaking of that, I listened to that bitch Marsha Fudge. She was on the Breakfast Club.
Who's
The
that?
head of
Was
HUD.
that the? Was hold on, cause I think I keep seeing something about some. Was she the one who was supposed to be talking about like racial equality or something like that?
Yeah.
And is she kind of new, like new to
No,
the?
that bitch been around. She's a fucking dinosaur.
No, I mean like was that interview new? Cause I kept
Oh yeah,
seeing
that's a
that
new
in my
interview.
feed.
Yeah, it's a new interview. The bitch looked like Morgan Freeman.
Sheesh, yeah, I'm not familiar with her.
She said some wild shit on this interview. She's dangerous.
Oh,
Marsha
God.
Fudge is full of shit.
Yeah.
She said some dangerous shit. She was talking about women, just getting some black-owned women businesses. See, this is that shit. They put these women in there, and I'm pretty sure she's LGBTQIAP. I ain't found no dick in her past at all. She has no kids. She has no husband. No nothing. And she dresses like, Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Yeah.
see a picture. So she looks like an older woman.
She looks like Morgan Freeman without the goatee.
She looked like Frankenstein wife.
She's got that little TWA.
That hairstyle, yeah.
Yeah, she got the little teeny weeny afro. And then
With the gray streak.
she wears them blazers with the scarf and shit. She looked like she's an Ivy League professor.
Yeah.
Named Charles.
With no scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that shit and I started watching that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, there's this article out that talks about they're doing a lot of explaining about Jim Crow Joe Biden and his funding of crack pipes. This is the New York Times, by the way.
What?
Yeah, aka the Jew York Times, because that's owned by Jews.
Man, don't get me struck up here.
It's called Explaining the Claim that the Biden administration is funding crack pipes.
So the thing is, that was a conservative spin. Motherfuckers ran with it. Black people just need to understand, first and foremost, if we just want to do the math, let's just do the math. And I'm not going to get all into this because everybody's had a run at this shit. Okay. So I'm a little late on it. But just think about it. If we 13, 14%, as they say, you and I know we're more than 13, 14% of the population. Okay. But if they say we're 13, 14% of the population, and Caucasian people are 75% of the population, how are these harm reduction kits meant for us? There's way more on dope of them than there is of us. Way more. We can just go to the state of West Virginia.
Right.
We can just go. I mean, the state of West Virginia.
Equality, according to, like he said, he's doing this for racial equality.
He ain't doing this about no goddamn. Yeah, he's trying to get their numbers back up. He's trying
racial
to
equity,
equality, because their numbers are sinking. So he was like, "Shit, we got to keep these motherfuckers alive." But all they're gonna do is end up procreating. Now you got a meth baby. See, he's gonna get them healthy enough to where they start fucking reproducing. Oh, that's great. How come you don't want to fucking build rehabs and hospitals and whatever and all that shit?
Right.
Why do you want to give them AIDS? I'm gonna give you this step stool so you can smoke your crack.
I wonder if he promotes this to his son Hunter Biden.
I think Hunter would be a great spokesperson for this. Hi, I'm Hunter Biden. I've been smoking this shit for years. Check out this harm reduction kit. I use it. I mean, he'd be good at it. and then put his paintings that he can't sell behind him. And after he talks about all the dope he done did, then let him try to sell his paintings. It could be like an infomercial.
Their idea of harm reduction is, instead of doing it intravenously, which is injections, they want you to smoke the drugs instead of injecting drugs. That's harm reduction, and how they try to tie that into passing off HIV and AIDS and stuff like that. That's their harm reduction plan. Instead of injecting,
we don't want you to shoot it. We just want you to smoke it.
Don't inject it in your veins. Just smoke it.
How about abstinence? Do they talk that?
No, that's not a part of the plan.
So we don't want you to inject this. We don't want you to smoke this. We want you to get better and live fruitful lives.
Right, and this is according to the New York Times. When you decode the language, because the New York Times is going to frame it as if, it's they really are trying to help. It is about racial equity and stuff like that. But when you read this article, it's not about racial equity at all. Instead of using words like grass, instead of using words like crack pipes, they say glass stems, which is a crack pipe. You see what I'm saying? This is literally in the article.
I say glass dicks because you're sucking them.
Yeah, that's hood shit. You know what I'm saying? It's called a glass dick in the hood.
Glass stem.
Yeah.
They try to make it seem so acceptable.
Right. But to someone who
if you're at the office and you just pull out your glass stem and put it on the boardroom table like it's okay. Right.
But to someone who doesn't fully understand that or is not in that field, you know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh, okay." Instead of a crack pipe, a glass stem. I mean, that's they're calling that safe smoking kits or something like that. Hold on, let me see what it say in the article. It's supposed to be a safe smoke kit. They talk about
smoke kit.
Yeah, safe smoking kit. Yeah, yep, right here.
It's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The program provides funding for safe smoking kits, but it makes no specific mention of glass pipes. Of course, they're not gonna call it a glass pipe or a crack pipe.
Right.
They'll call it a safe smoking kit, which is a glass pipe and a crack pipe. And they're only calling it a safe smoking kit because they don't want you to inject it. And they're calling that safer to smoke it. So you gotta decode the language. Nilly Fuller says, white supremacy likes to play both sides of the argument, both sides of the conversation. So,
and will argue.
Yeah.
White supremacy will argue, but they'll both walk away and be like, we held our own. Because they're going to hold their own against us.
Exactly.
They'll have a debate with each other, but they're going to hold their own against us.
Yeah. Anti-black racism is bipartisan. So, yeah, they're definitely going to play both sides of the argument. But that's the article. Anybody who want to read it, you got to be able to decode the language. I would suggest the Black Authority. He did a great breakdown of this. It's called Explaining the Claim That the Biden Administration is Funding Crack Pipes. You got to explain that. You got to explain the claim. By the New York Times, a.k.a. the New York Times.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And the New York Times is considered the prestigious news out here in New York in comparison to the Daily News or the Daily Post or the Post or the what, because they use I guess you could say like SAT words, SAT vocabulary words. Instead of saying happy, they'll say elated.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I get some of that. Um, this all goes to when I start hearing about this motherfucker wanting to give retroactive reparative payments
I know where you're going.
to people who were with people who aren't here anymore. They were shacking. I mean, they were shacking. That's what they were because they couldn't legally be married.
Right.
So they were shacking.
Right.
So they couldn't legally file their tax returns together because they were shacking.
Mm-hmm.
Call it what it is. Because people that are in hetero relationships that shack have to go through the same thing. Now, I know there's ways to get around that. You can file joint if you bought a house together, this, that, and the other, but not be married. But either way, they were shacking as gay people, just like heterosexuals shack. Mm-hmm. If they weren't allowed to file their shit then, and hetero shacks couldn't file their shit then, why shouldn't we be able to go retroactively back to when hetero shacks couldn't file joint returns and get them reparative justice? Why does it only come at the bank account of an LGBTQIAAP member?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not gay people, because gay people ain't really fighting for this. This is LGBTQIAP.
Right.
It's the organization.
Right.
It's the organized crime organization.
The mafia.
Yeah.
The police pronouns.
Period.
Or the pronoun police. The pronoun police. Right.
I mean, we're running out of fucking spaces on the marquee, so y'all need to stop.
Eventually, the LGBT, I just still call them LGBT.
IAP.
They're gonna be including everybody except heterosexuals.
You're supposed to actually already be in there in that flag. The LGBTQIAA. One of the A's is accepting.
What?
So that's us.
What?
If we are accepting of gay people, like we have relationships with them, like I have gay people in my family.
You're
so
joking,
I accept them
right?
as, who they are. But I accept them as a person. I don't accept them as a gay person.
Right. You're
In fact,
joking,
they're a gay
though,
person,
right?
doesn't matter. I'm going to support them no matter what.
Hold on, you're joking though, right? There's another A and it's for accepting.
If I ever lied to you, dog.
Nah, you haven't.
Hold on a second.
Crazy
Hold on a
it's
second.
funny.
I'm going to find the shit.
It's just so crazy it's funny. Like, come on, man.
I'm going to find the shit and I'm going to send it to you. You're going to be like, what the fuck? I thought I sent you this shit before.
I thought that was like people
no.
adding sauce on it because they keep adding more and more alphabet.
Nah, dog.
I really thought when people when you did all that, it was just you joking and being extra.
And most motherfuckers be like, you making that shit up. I'm like, dog.
Yeah, I didn't know
then
that.
I got to fucking go ahead and send it to him.
Did not know it was all of that for real. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane.
You on your laptop?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So this is gonna come to your phone right now.
Yeah, send it to my phone, cause this
when you blow them A's up. You about to see the whole map, but blow the A's up. They got a whole motherfucking map, baby. They got a whole motherfucking map.
That's insane, man. Wow. No way. This is a troll.
Come on, bro. You know how to fuck around. You know how to fuck around.
Happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here.
That is a lot of them immigrants, though. They are very happy to be here.
Dog. So, look, they got this in these definitions. So you don't read one of the A's or whatever the A was. Now you're going back through the other ones. Didn't know them existed, did you?
This is crazy. Oh, wait. They got ally. It says ally. One of the A's is for ally.
Yep. Okay. Typically, a non-queer person who supports, advocates the queer community. There you go. Ally. That's what it's not accepting. It's ally.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So this really is real.
Ally,
So
baby.
it really is the LGBTQQIAAP. This is crazy.
I mean, and my thing is, this is how they get shit passed. They're this calculated. They're like, you know what? There's a way to include everybody in this bitch.
Wow.
They need no brown in this motherfucker. If I'm going down, everybody's going down.
But when they pass,
wait a minute.
when they pass laws for the LGBTQQIAAP, I don't see how the allies benefit from those same laws.
We don't. That's why they cut it off. When you hear LGBTQIA, what does that A stand for?
The other A is asexual.
So when it's shortened, the A is for asexual, the LGBTQIA?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
I don't know.
We about to find out, goddammit. Because I bet you it ain't ally. Because if it's ally, then nigga, I need to get to some resources. LGBT.
According to this, an asexual person is someone who doesn't feel sexual desire or attraction to any group of people.
Okay, so the A stands for asexual.
They're creating like definitions of their own.
Yeah.
Because asexual really means you don't need another person to procreate. You can do it on your own.
Yeah, which is bullshit. But anyways, don't they want people not to judge them? Isn't that a huge thing with the LGBTQIAP community? Don't judge me.
Right. I think that's a part of it, yeah.
What the fuck is this? You've got all these letters. I got to figure out which one you are. That's judging in a way. You're making me figure it out. You don't walk up to me and be like, hey, I'm this, I'm that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought a guy was gay. Worked at Starbucks. He's transitioning. I've got to respect his transition.
Okay.
I've seen his hair short. I've been going to that Starbucks now, a year and a half, 2, maybe. No, longer than that. I was getting my coffee going across town, 3, 4. I don't know. And not every day. Well, let's say 3 years, solid. I've seen him go from a male to, he's a trans now. Now, he's just now getting to that shit where, like, the facial hair isn't coming in. Like, he was still having to shave a lot. So I think his hormones and shit are starting to flip. It's so different to talk to him now. He didn't have as much confidence as he has now when he was a male. He was very sheepish.
Okay.
I mean, I knew he was gay.
Right.
But then as I started to see him, start to feminize, then I was like, okay. Then his personality started to come out. Talking to his coworkers and shit, he was different. It was like he had this weight off his shoulders and shit. And just one day, I don't know exactly what happened. He ended up at the window, but he was the one that took my order. So, once they kind of hear my order, if they know me, then they just, they run it off or whatever. He ended up being at the window. And I was like, oh, I got you doing both jobs today. And because usually when the person that takes your order is going back and forth, he's not the guy that usually takes the money. So, and he's like, yeah, we're a little short-handed, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, I just wanted to say hi. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm seeing from a male to now he looks like a female, but he's still got the little scruff, whatever. But I can see he's trying, he's trying. But he doesn't act any different. He doesn't act, he's like, treats me the same, this, that, and the other. But he just looks like a weight's just been lifted off his shoulders. He just seems so depressed. And now, and so, I talked to the manager of that place and stuff, and I think his name now is Lily. And I asked her, I was just like, how's Lily doing? And she said because I will still sometimes say he just because I know, I correct myself, I try. And she's like, she said she's really doing better because she's opened up. And then the next time I came in, the manager was like, and I just wanted to tell you, she talks about your motivation. And I didn't think I really say motivating shit.
Wow.
I just tell them like, him, see, I did it again. Her, don't let people fuck with you, live your truth, shit like that. Nothing earth-shattering. And I was like, if a person doesn't like you because of who you are, fuck them. That's pretty much all I've ever given them. But they look at that as motivation, but it might be empowering or whatever. But, dude, I do that in my own life. I would rather a motherfucker, because that person that can't live their truth, that's the one that goes home and checks themselves out. Suicide rate is high with trans people.
Yeah.
Very, very high. People that have gone all the way over, regretted, depression, da-da-da-da-da, or people that go through the process and they're ridiculed, never even make it to the other side. Suicide is high. People don't want to talk about that. It's like I believe when you're going through the trans process, I believe you need to go through all types of psyche valves like they make a motherfucker do when you go through bariatric surgery. You make me go through all these goddamn psyche valves because I want to lose fat. Hey, motherfuckers talking about losing organs. I think you probably should do that too.
Absolutely.
You talking about chopping my meat off. I think I need to talk to somebody about this.
All right.
So.
Absolutely. Man, as usual, OG, you always put me on to some new information. I really didn't know that it was really all these letters.
Yeah, and
they really have a definition
people think
for
I'm
all
being a
of them.
smart ass, but I'm like, that's what it is. I say things for what it is. I was like, I'm not trying to make fun of it, but that's what it is. And I've had a cast where I've broken down those letters. And people are like, whoa, I didn't know that shit existed. Hey, I didn't make it up. They'd run me out of fucking town if I made that shit up. But this is real. This is some real shit. Now, everybody doesn't abide by it, but
I know I don't.
Yeah, most people don't even fucking know about all these goddamn letters. Most people don't even know, so they don't go to them. And when we were growing up, an asexual person was generally they were just considered a person that just wasn't attracted to anybody.
Yeah, that's
now
what
they're
this
part
is.
of LGBTQIAP. How do you adopt a person that has no sexual interest?
It's a good question.
Did
According to
asexual
this,
people get together and say, hey, we want to join your organization?
Yeah.
Did they walk up like the niggas in The Longest Yard? Be like, hey, white boy.
Yeah,
They making it seem like asexual people were looking for a place to hang out. Hey, we see, you're stuck at I right now. We could come right in, be LGBTQI. Hey, how about that? Got a nice ring to it? No? Okay, well, let's do it anyway. What the fuck?
According to this definition on here, that is what an asexual person is.
And
Someone
how
who has
do
no
you put them
sexual.
into your organization if you look at every other definition? It's about defining your sexuality. This person has no sexuality definition. So you just sweep him on in there too? Oh, go on in there. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah.
Says they do not feel sexual desire or attraction to any group of people.
Yep. So we're going to throw them in the gay group. Get in there. See, that to me is a little odd. Sounds a little like recruitment, but, you know, that's just
Yeah.
me. If I don't like either, then I don't think straight people need to be fucking with me and gay people don't need to be fucking with me. Leave me alone. I don't like none of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But
It's a
that's
lot
not the
going
way
on
it
there.
comes out. And then you end up with this situation here. You know, I think that creates a lot of sexual confusion because when you do start to go one way or the other, there's confusion there.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's what this whole agenda is. So distractions, confusion. Yeah.
And we talk on agendas a lot. I mean, I just want to get through. I want to get through 2 TV shows, 1 TV show, 1 movie, 1 documentary, 1 movie, one documentary, 1 TV show in a row. 2. So I just need 2 of any combination where I don't have to fucking have that thrown in my face.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Empire did it, fucked up that series. Power's
That's
doing it
Lee
now.
Daniels.
Power's
Lee
doing it
Daniels.
now.
Oh
mean-
yeah, Power. Power is on that now.
You didn't know?
I the only Power I've seen was the original.
Oh no,
I don't watch the new
no.
one.
The new Power now.
I hate
Well, the
Tyreek
newest
so
one is
much.
Tommy's,
Yeah.
but the one before Tommy's was Tariq's.
Yeah, I hate Tyreek so much I couldn't watch it.
So his show has kind of turned out to be actually pretty decent.
I heard. I still don't want to watch.
But they keep running pussyference in it. And I'm sorry because, hey, look, I know there's going to be gay people in movies and TV shows and, like I said, documentaries, all that shit. But they're doing Bussy Fest.
Pussy
I mean,
Fest.
this is about strategic, organized crime. This is about education, deceit, this, that, and the other, debauchery, whatever. So you're going to see homosexuality. But these motherfuckers will be in a goddamn airplane hangar shooting at each other all around a goddamn airplane and shit and exotic cars and shit. And then as soon as you see all these motherfuckers laid out, bam! Like, whoa! How you go from that scene
Oh wow.
to this?
Sheesh.
You ain't had no lead up, you know. You just go, pew, 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 whoa. Ease up.
Sheesh.
That's not in the plot.
They really taking it there.
And it's crazy because they do it so frequently. It's like, oh shit, we got to get the sex scene in. Really?
Yeah. They're trying to normalize it or force it into the consciousness to make it
It's
normal.
already. See, the problem is it's already normalized, but they're force feeding it.
Right.
They're force feeding it when you don't need to. If they're organically getting to those situations, then they're organically getting to those situations. But why is it these motherfuckers ain't no phone calls, ain't no texts, ain't no nothing. It's just, you know, pew. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
And I don't like that they make the motherfucker who is in this relationship, he's one of the coldest motherfuckers on the show. He'll kill your ass in a minute.
Yeah.
And he knows all kind of, you know, the martial arts and all that shit. So he's a badass. but they make him gay, so
Right.
he's supposed to be like all sensitive and shit too.
And it's
He
usually
be
a black
snapping
man.
on motherfuckers and shit. He's a really good actor. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. Because if he's
And
not
it's
gay,
usually a black man.
well, it's gotta be a black man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. This is where I think it upsets people. It upsets Freedman. It upsets black people in general about the agenda. You generally don't see them throw white gay men into scenes like this. It's implied that they're gay, but they don't send them into those situations. Now, if it is, then they always make it like, you know, this is some shit that shouldn't have happened. Like, you watch Ozark?
Nah.
So they made a motherfucker who was like this outback, lived in a trailer, you know, in the Ozark Mountains. His fuck buddy became an FBI agent.
Jeez.
Two motherfuckers that would never, you know, you would think be around each other.
Right.
They end up humping.
Right.
So that type of shit happens way more frequently. We talked earlier in the cast about how they was just, you know, caveman with it. It's that type of shit.
Damn.
You know. And that motherfucker had to act so fucking ultra hetero around everybody. All while he's looking at the FBI agent like, yeah, I'm about to tear that up.
Blowing bagpipes in the Blee Flat.
Straight up. I'm gonna drop these coveralls a little later, these Oshkosh bagoshes. Telling you. That be on the motherfucker's mind. Dude, if you fucking a farm animal, you a fucking dude.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You're a hairy ass, dirty ass, nasty ass farm animal. And here comes this motherfucker who just bathed this morning. You're gonna jump all over that. Motherfucker. They always want. That's why, dude. You ever seen how they run in packs like the shit that happened last year in January? You already know there was some gay sex happening at that insurrection crowd. That was some gay sex happening. Where y'all women at?
Brokeback Mountain.
Straight up.
I never seen that movie, by the way. I'm not interested. But I heard a
It
lot
was-
of things.
They had a little Pentagon going on at the Pentagon.
Sheesh. Vociferance.
Straight up.
Ugh.
Flag on the play. So I think at this point, as I said at the beginning, we need to focus on us.
Absolutely.
And we need to galvanize. We need to do some shit. I know there's a lot of people doing a lot of shit. And even though we talk about reparations, reparationists, repair, this, that, and the other, I still think there's a little bit too much beefing and bickering and, you know, segregation around here. And we can't fuck with that hashtag. I get it. Them niggas on some different shit. But what was created when everybody was fucking around right there has already carried on. We've already moved on. So we're not even in the pool with them motherfuckers no more. And anybody that won't let that go, they don't have to let that go. But if you don't recognize your freedman status, but tell me you hashtag ADOS, I'm going to tell you to eat a dick. Because if you don't recognize being a freedman, but you try to tell me you ADOS, eat a dick. You're dumb. You're fucking dumb. There's absolutely no way you could be hashtag ADOS but not be a freedman.
Right.
Now, if you are a cult follower, that's what you are. You're hashtag ADOS. We don't want you over here in the freedman pool. You get over here in the freedman pool, we're gonna drain it. Tell you that.
Pause.
We don't want none of that mess over here. You know, we're not coming at you in 4K. I don't know how she coming to motherfuckers in 4K and left Tone on the couch.
Mm.
I'm like, damn, could
Regular
she even at
shit.
least get Tone a new laptop or camera or something?
Regular shit for Peter Guns. Or you could call her kid from Ken and Play now.
You saw that too?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yvette and Tariq Nasheed squashed they beef.
that shit was hilarious.
Yo, that was top 5, man.
That's top five.
That's
That's
top
top five.
5. That was
You
top
couldn't, you
5.
couldn't. They need to do that thing where they
Damn.
do the slide down, and shit to be them too.
Yo, you can't beat that.
That was
It
yeah.
said all wrong answers. Boy, I tell you. Yo,
That was incredible. So
that was better than Peter Guns.
that was. I mean, Peter Guns held its test of time, but that
Yeah,
right there, oh my god.
for real.
I've expected other memes with Kid in his younger years, but people really haven't gone hard. I think they scared to go at her because she's gay. But
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
be
they
going at her
did.
because she's gay. I mean, I still think she brought great information when that's all she was bringing. But when she wanted to get into all them cat fights and shit,
I don't know what
oh
I
wait a
don't know.
minute, do you fuck with Pharaoh?
Nah, I don't fuck with Young Pharaoh.
Not young Pharaoh, the OG,
Oh, I don't know who that is then.
OG from Chicago. When that motherfucker came out and said "fuck ADOS," he said ADOS stands for arguing daily over shit.
Word.
I lost my shit, dog.
Sound like I fuck with him already.
Dog, I've seen his link just so he's a hardcore vegan and shit, crazy shit talker.
Okay.
But he's real though. He's real as shit. um, but that's really what happened though, man. They got into a fucking debate with everybody,
That's a
and
fact.
and you're supposed to be on this path,
No building.
no building at all, tearing down relationships.
Tearing people with influence too. No building. And people who could move the needle exponentially,
Right,
expeditiously, drastically, whatever you want to
right.
call it. Like, come on, man.
So I didn't get why they were that way. I didn't get why they weren't trying to build because I mean
I get why.
you're trying to build all over the country. You motherfucker, you in California, Tone, and you in Georgia. There's a whole lot of country.
I get why, cause if you ask me, they're disingenuous with what we're trying to do for our freedmen population. It's all about them. It's all
Right.
about individual recognition and individual gains, and when you got people like that, then you're gonna be self-destructive.
I saw the fear. I saw the fear in them of losing control. There were way more people
Exactly.
that were more apt to
Right.
take over the actual movement, and they knew that,
Exactly.
and they didn't like that, so they tried to poison every situation around them.
Right. Exactly. It was ego and selfishness
Right. Right.
instead of the elevation of the information, the elevation of the data, and the elevation of the Freedmen group, the Freedmen
Right.
collective.
Right.
So
I
when
mean,
you have that, when you have those intentions, then you're gonna want to monopolize the conversation and make it about you and you as the leader of the whole thing. You know what I mean? They didn't. I don't think they expected it to pop off this well for other people to branch off and build on it.
now,
When you don't expect that, you get, Freedman Media,
right.
you get Freedman on Fire, you get BTP. You know what I'm saying? You get
And
all kind of other groups who run with this information, and they really have the sincere intentions to get that repair, to get that redress, to get that acknowledgement, to get that closure, to make the freedmen whole
right.
in this country.
Our solvency is the only thing that we should have ever been looking for. And I know it, I heard it, and I even stated it, talking about leaderless movement. When I say leaderless movement, it's to walk away from Messiah leadership. I don't think there could be one motherfucker in this bitch.
Right.
I think there could be many leaders, but when I say leaderless movement, it's because I'm trying to get away from Messiah leadership.
Good. I like that.
I don't think one motherfucker can lead this whole movement. I think we need many leaders because we have many different factions among the collective.
Absolutely. I like that.
You know, and
I'm
there's
in
a lot of
agreement with
motherfuckers who don't want to be, they want to be like what they would consider up front. There's just some sergeant at arms type motherfuckers that we need. Gatekeepers.
Yes.
To
Right.
keep motherfuckers away from the people. You know, groups like BTP, we need to put gates around groups like that.
Yes.
Because if they're ministers of information, nobody should be able to fuck with them.
Right. And
Before
people,
you get to the minister of
individuals,
information, you should have to deal with a whole fence of people.
yeah. And also people like Dr. Darity.
Oh shit!
And
See, now
Kirsten
we're talking
Mullen.
different level type shit.
Yeah.
That educator who's dropping the shit down on us.
Right.
We should definitely be protecting that. He's not gonna get gully. Dr. Darity ain't. He's not here for that.
Right.
He's not supposed to get gully. He's supposed to give us that information, and we take that and go out into the atmosphere with it.
He's been doing that too. Him and Kirsten Mullen.
Yeah.
They've been doing that just for the longest.
But now they want to call him a pimp because he's doing his thing, and he's an educator. Well, here's the thing. He's a fucking economist.
Who called him a pimp? What? I'm not familiar with
Oh,
this.
you ain't heard that?
Nah.
Dude, so now
Don't
his
tell
book
me it was,
is supposed to be like pimping the reparations
big.
thing with his book. Oh, yeah, she done said it a couple times. Guns done said it a couple times.
Jeez.
I thought she was talking about Tariq.
Even though she was using the pimp's information, huh?
So you was using the pimp's Bible.
Right. Come on now.
You had a book club cast on the pimp's Bible. I wonder if that cast is still up, because I know it's one of her highest casts.
Using all his work and information and data,
Period.
scholarly work that he used to make the case for our claim, our justice claim, and now he's a pimp.
Now he's a pimp.
Get out of here.
I mean, they just, they got stupid going that route, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This is, it'd be like Farrakhan just all of a sudden saying, man, fuck Elijah Muhammad. We ain't following that shit no more.
Yeah.
Let's do this shit. We can do this shit on our own.
Right. Yeah.
Then we just gonna dip from the Bible, dip from the Quran. Let's get one of these goddamn light towers from the Jehovah's Witness, whatever.
Or just for him to talk greasy about Elijah Muhammad, which he would never do.
He would never do.
He would never do that.
He would never do.
Even if he didn't agree with everything, which according to me,
and they didn't.
I know he agrees with everything, at least publicly, You'll never hear him say he doesn't agree with Elijah Muhammad or anything.
Code. That's code right
Exactly.
there. That's code.
Exactly.
If the motherfucker ain't on code, then, that's when they catch him slipping.
Yeah. You'll never see him say that publicly, So that's what that is. And that's a beautiful code. That's a great code to have.
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of pisses me off that the nation really doesn't get political. And I know he said he voted for Barack and he's voted, he's whatever, this, that, and the other. But he really hasn't been political.
Yeah. Nah.
They got their own set of politics within the nation, I'm sure. But they don't really get involved in politics out here. And they have a huge faction of people.
Yeah. Influence.
Across the country.
Huge influence.
Huge influence. Motherfuckers in the nation can influence possibly, I don't know how many active nation members there are inactive or whatever. But I would have to put it in the millions.
I would say so, yeah.
It's got to be in the millions.
At least.
I mean,
that's power right there.
Everybody wasn't a Muslim that went to the Million Man March in '95.
Yeah.
But a Muslim, not a Baptist preacher, not a Pentecostal preacher, who have the biggest churches on this fucking planet, they didn't get him to Washington. A Muslim did. Now he had some Baptist preachers up there. He had some Pentecostal preachers up there. But they wouldn't have been able to stir that crowd up and get them to Washington. They might have stirred up their collective, the Pentecostals, the Baptists, but they ain't crossing religions. Why is every black church against each other? Why ain't they collective? You put the black church together, you get the nation together, motherfucker, we got our own political party. However, how many members are there in black churches across the country, and how many members of the nation? Now we've got a political party. We ain't got to agree on God, but we got to agree on these politics.
Different
That
agenda.
right there is enough to go and be like, hey, y'all need to drop that HR 40 shit. If you want us to vote, you need to drop that. We got this many people coming to the table. But right now, we don't even have that. We're all separated. We're all doing this shit. We're all doing all kind of shit.
Yeah.
No. Get all the church motherfuckers. All of them. Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever. Get every black motherfucker that goes to church. And every Nation of Islam motherfucker. And I guarantee you we can start a political party. I'm telling you. Didn't you say it's only like 15%? We're only going to get 15% of everybody, right?
Yeah.
So if of all those people, of all the church people, would you say half of Black America's a member of a church?
I would say so. Safe. I think that's safe to say.
Let's see. And we're gonna get the fuck out of here because we're getting long-winded here. How many black church members are there in the United States?
Damn. Siri would know that?
We're about to find out.
15% of 40 million is 6 million.
Members of all Christian faith accounts about 3% of black Americans. National Baptist Convention USA reports to have had 7.5 million members around the globe, 31,000 congregations. 7.5 million, that's just Baptists. Yeah, okay. More than half of black adults in the United States are classified as members of historical Protestant tradition. Dog, we could easily be talking 20 million. Between that and the nation.
Yeah. Listen, it's a lot of niggas. It's a lot of people.
How many Nation of Islam members are there?
It's a lot of people. And that's what matters.
Nation of Islam, blah, blah, blah. Members. It says 50,000. That's
Really?
bullshit.
I don't believe that. You see him with like 50,000 in one room.
In one room. They full of shit.
Yeah. The Million Man March, that was way more than 50,000.
This motherfucker, they talking about in the 90s, shit was worth 80 million. Yeah, what's it worth now? Does it list them now? It doesn't list the worth now. In the 90s, it was worth, so the nation's well worth over $100 million.
Okay.
That's political power there, if you choose to use it.
Yeah, I think that's their thing. They've never been really politically active.
And why wouldn't Farrakhan believe that his people deserve reparations?
I think he believes we deserve reparations. I just don't think he has the willingness to be politically active. That's never been a part of Elijah Muhammad's teaching. Is to get
And
involved in politics.
land done got too expansive now. It was a much more simple land when Elijah Muhammad was around too.
Hmm.
Now it's a much more diverse land. I always want to know why all the leaders of Nation of Islam light skinned. How come they never had a dark skinned leader?
Good question.
They lean light.
Dr.
And
Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
a lot of the adjutants are light too. I mean, Khalid got up there high. He got up there pretty high.
I don't
But
know.
didn't
Like
he
when I
get
think
released
of
too?
who?
Khalid Muhammad.
What about him?
Wasn't he in the nation?
Of course.
Right. But how high did he get?
He was pretty high, to my knowledge.
He never broke that pie crust color.
Well, he died early.
That's true. He did die early.
Died early, and also he got into so there was some tension or some disagreements. I wouldn't say on Khalid Abdul Muhammad's side, but he was like kind of he was about that action.
Yeah.
He was literally boots to the ground, so it became problematic because he was, talking that real shit.
Was he a little bit too progressive? Because by the time he really started to rise up, the nation had gotten very cultured.
Yeah, I don't even want to call it too progressive or too radical. I think that it should be too radical because the system, when you want to maintain the status quo, you have to disrupt that because the status quo is what's oppressing us.
You're exactly right. But I should have clarified too progressive for the nation at the time. Because I think Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X in the 60s, they tearing up some shit.
Yeah, I would say so according to I guess the nation or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Farrakhan had to publicly disown him because Khalid Abdul Muhammad, he says, something about being militant or something like that at one of the universities, and he was always clapping at the Jews, which Farrakhan does all the time too. So
right.
But he
just does it in such an eloquent way. It takes him a while to figure it out. They always gotta decode Farrakhan shit, but Khalid Muhammad, he just get out there and be like,
yeah, I don't know, man. Farrakhan is very fiery with his speech. He calls them the synagogues of Satan, and there ain't no decoding about that.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I'm just saying
he's direct. He's pretty direct with them. But you're right. He does say it in a more eloquent way. Khalid Abdul Muhammad is more so like fuck the Jews. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying
and
that.
He was very much like that on all platforms. That's the other thing with Farrakhan. He knows when to speak it.
Exactly.
He knows they're gonna be there at all of his speeches. It's just when they bring the shit out. But when he gets on like a national TV show, they want him to go in like that, and he's too cultured. But if he's within his people, he gets to talking. That's when they record him and shit. See what he's saying? If he's saying it amongst his own people, he should be able to say what the fuck he wants to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's pretty honest, like on all platforms, But I agree, he really brings the heat when he's around us. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about the Jews, Farrakhan he's never been shy about clapping at the Jews,
right,
on any platform. If you ask me, from what I've seen, which I respect his honesty and candor.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Farrakhan had a little rift, and there was really never no reconciliation between them, and I think that really hurt Khalid. That really bothered him because it was very similar to what happened between Malcolm and Elijah.
Right.
It was like history repeating itself.
Like yeah, they didn't make amends and shit. He died before they could make amends.
The only difference was that Khalid never spoke against Farrakhan publicly. That was the major difference, I would say. Whereas Malcolm, he pretty much spoke, against Elijah,
Right.
and the nation, which is what caused that, even bigger rift.
Right. Right.
With Farrakhan calling Malcolm a traitor and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Saying, even if we did kill him, what the hell business is it of yours? See what I'm saying?
He was ours.
Yeah.
But
I see both sides of that.
as we know, they've killed us all. I mean, it's all been, strategically set to show that somebody else, was supposed to be the fall person or the fall group or whatever, but it's been the government the whole time.
The government.
The government. He's a straight fucking fool, dog.
The government.
He is a straight. Did you see his last video when he was talking about Gladys?
Nah, I ain't see that.
Oh my God.
Gladys Knight?
Huh?
Gladys who? Gladys Knight?
So he called her Gladys Knight. He was just clowning this chick because she wouldn't leave him alone. And you know how he gets when he gets all. He wouldn't stop. And I meant to put it up and put the timestamp up.
Damn.
Prime,
what happened? Was it an immigrant?
You talking about some of the funniest shit?
He was getting out of
he just has his classics. He just has his classic moments. What is this shit on?
Those, African immigrants or something?
Yeah, he was on him. Hold on 1 second.
That man be going in. He's undefeated. You can't out roast him.
You need to leave him alone. When he gets to doing that shit, you need to leave him alone. The lady wouldn't leave him alone.
She's just making it worse for herself. So I love it.
Rock with it. That's fine.
Hold on a second.
I love it though. They need that. They need to be humbled.
I'm from Georgia, but I ain't got.
Okay, you want to hear a couple minutes of this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dog, just be ready to laugh.
I've gotta listen, power writers, please. They let the sexual tension, man. Always something that was do that, man. Cut that out.
It's a caller, so
I can already smell it. I smell an agenda with that new Fresh Prince show. Hey, what's up? Who's calling?
Hello?
Hey.
Here you go. Can you hear it?
Is it, where's the museum, Tyree?
What? What's that?
Where's the museum?
The museum, we're working on getting it, ma'am. Why?
Because it's taking a long time. That museum should have been started. Are you trying to pull a Umar Johnson?
Ma'am, a long time with a couple of months?
A long ass time. That museum should have been up by now.
Ma'am, it don't work.
That museum should have been up by now. It don't make no damn sense. People put all their damn money in the museum for you to play around.
Gladys Knight, ma'am, you sound country than a mother. Where are you from, ma'am?
I'm from Georgia, but I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Ma'am, calm down. Put the chitlins down, ma'am. Calm down, ma'am. Let me ask you this. Did you donate to the museum?
I donated. That's why I'm mad.
Oh.
You need to get that museum.
Ma'am, Gladys, calm down. Ma'am, how much did you donate to the museum?
Ma'am, get that museum up and going.
Okay, ma'am, how much did you donate to the museum?
Don't worry about it. But
Ma'am, Gladys, Miss Clotilda, how much did you donate? Listen, you have to understand, ma'am, this is not like Section 8 that comes right in the mail. I know you used to Section 8 and your EBT coming real fast. Museums don't work like that. It kind of takes time to get the land and get the building and kind of negotiate with the sellers and get all the lending paperwork together. It's a process. This is not like Section 8 that you get right away.
that museum up and started. You always trying to talk about somebody. Make it so damn safe.
Ma'am, Gladys, you sound like your titties are down to your knees, ma'am. If you bend over, ma'am, your titties are like punching bags to your knees. Stop it. You sound bitter and bad built. Ma'am, I can hear what your shape looks like. Ma'am, I can hear what your shape looks like right now.
Oh,
Let's not go there. Let's not play no games, ma'am. Hold on. Gladys, are you here? Ma'am, you sound like you have a mouth full of chitlins right now. Ma'am, you sound very husky. You sound very, very husky. Ma'am, you sound like you built like Gerald Levert with a clitoris. Ma'am, you need to stop. You're very loud and you're very abrasive. Ma'am, calm down. Ma'am, your loud hood rat voice. You sound like an elderly hood rat. You sound like one of these old hood rats that was a hood rat back in the 80s. You sound like one of these brawls who fucked the nigga from the SOS band, had a baby, got on Section 8, and here you are. Ma'am, can you please calm down?
I hate this
Are you okay?
I need you to let me know when that museum is coming.
It's coming when you push the plate away from the table. The museum is coming. And ma'am, calm down. We're not going to have a cafeteria in the museum. You sound, ma'am, we're not going to have a cafeteria in the museum. So there's not going to be food. You sound like you're waiting on food to be there. There's not going to be food, ma'am. I'm sorry. There's going to be historic artifacts and paintings, but we're not going to really have a cafeteria. So I don't want to disappoint you, ma'am.
I tell you what.
Ma'am, I'll tell you what. We're going to have the museum next to a Subway sandwich shop. So you can go next door. You can get a Subway sandwich, and you can bring your Subway sandwich to the museum.
Oh my God.
Can you do that?
I hate him. I hate him.
Can I do what?
You can bring your Subway sandwich and your chitlin loaf to the museum when we get it. We're not going to have a cafeteria.
You trying to pull your doctor on my eye? I love men like you.
Ma'am, no, you don't, ma'am. You don't know, ma'am. You do not know men like me. You're too loud and hood radish to know men like me. A man like me would have put a muzzle on your mouth a long time ago. You know, dusty Negroes who sit up there and listen to your loud ghetto mouth.
Every time you tell a joke on loud, you stress that motherfucker.
Yeah, ma'am, Gladys, calm down. Ma'am, you sound very, very abrasive. You sound like you had a hysterectomy or something, ma'am. What's wrong? What's really wrong, ma'am? What's wrong with it?
I'm mad about this museum. I need you to get this.
Ma'am, there is not going to be turkey burgers served at the museum. Why are you so angry? I told you we're not going to have food at the museum, ma'am. The museum is coming, ma'am. The museum is coming. It's not like Section 8, Gladys.
It's the same one you and your fat ass white peanut be at.
Ma'am, don't talk about my wife, man. My wife is beautiful, and you know it. My wife is pregnant, and you just look pregnant, okay? My wife actually has a baby in her belly, and you have gravy in yours. So let's not go there, man. Don't you hate on my beautiful queen, okay? Okay, don't hate on my wife. My wife has a baby, and you have the gravy, okay? Are you here? Ma'am, what language are you speaking? I don't speak fluent hood rat, ma'am. Do we have a hood rat translator here? I don't speak hood rat, ma'am. Some of the stuff is being lost on me. I have to look in my, hold on. I think I have a hood rat translator right here. Can you speak? Let me turn my hood rat translator on. Hold on.
Man,
Okay.
every speak is just crazy.
He's out of order.
Okay, say what you're saying again.
He's in order.
How can I buy some tater tots for my baby? I don't know, ma'am. Okay, I'm looking at some of the translate. I don't know where you can get tater tots for your baby. That's something that you have to take up with the social worker. Go ahead. Oh, how do I put my baby daddy on child support? I don't know, ma'am. That's something that you would have to check with child services with. I don't know. That's something that I'm not really well versed in, but my hood rat translator is really helping me out. Hold on, go ahead, ma'am. Hold on.
Your wife didn't get pregnant from you until you got that money for that museum.
How much is a trough of chitlins at the Kroger store? Man, I don't know. I know prices right now are kind of going up because of COVID. But I think you can probably get some good deals at Piggly Wiggly on food if you need food. But anyway, what else here?
You trying to pull a crowd. You trying to pull a Dr. Omar.
How much do bundles at Sally's Beauty Supply cost right now? I don't know. I think they got pretty good deals at Sally's Beauty Supply. I forgot what city you said you were from, but I'm pretty sure they got some real good deals with synthetic bundles.
I hate him.
But go ahead, dear.
Well, you need to do, what you gonna do about that bad good ass shape of yours?
Okay. So you got syphilis from your third baby daddy, and you want to file a class action suit with some of the other baby mamas. That I don't know. Maybe you do have a case because I do understand that there's been cases where people have sued folks for venereal diseases and STD transmission. So that's probably a case with you, ma'am. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Go ahead. I want to know when this museum is coming out. Real shit. I ain't got time to play. I spent all my money putting on this. You know what? I used to support you.
Hold on. This is a hard one. Hold on. So you were sucking off the deacon at church, and you're trying to see how you can get some money from his income tax. I don't know, man. If you're out here turning tricks for the deacon at church and you're trying to get some income tax money out of him, I don't know if the Lord would like that, man. That's not something that you should be doing in church. I would advise you not to do that in church, ma'am. Blowing the church deacon because you don't want a reputation, man. Go ahead. Let me get some more from you, ma'am. Very interesting conversation, ma'am. You're very.
Bottom.
What about the bottom?
You feel like an upside down cone.
What did you say, ma'am?
You been on the top and small on the damn bottom.
Ma'am, you're talking about your breast right now, ma'am. You have 33 size D titties with no nipples, ma'am. Your titties look like two asses sitting on your chest. I can hear how horrible you're built right now, ma'am. You sound horrible, Bill. Ma'am,
like
you
out of
sound
breath.
like one of these chicks who got hot cone burns on the back of your neck and a big wide back and a flat ass, and you be twerking for lunch money for your kids. All right,
Like she out of
ma'am,
breath.
what
We
else
got
do you say?
Franks on the back of her neck.
What'd you say, ma'am?
I just turned 53 on the 12th, and I just want to know.
Ma'am, the only thing that's 53 is the size of them long, saggy titties that's hanging down to your shins. Ma'am, you sound way older than 53. You sound much older. You sound elderly and drunk. Okay? Ma'am, what city are you calling from? What city are you calling from?
Yeah, and luckily you was able to get that museum money to restore your hair.
Ma'am, will you stop it, Gladys? You're 53 years old with a musty lace front and nappy baby hair. You're too old to have baby hair, ma'am. You should not try to wear baby hair at your age. There's nothing cute about a gray finger wave. You are an elderly hoochie. You sound elderly and decrepit. And you sound like you're part of Joe Biden's crack pipe plan. Go ahead, Gladys.
Baby, I ain't bumping no damn Joe Biden. You got me fucked up.
Ma'am, your breath smells like Hot Pockets. I can smell your breath over the phone. Hot Pockets and Hennessy. I can imagine what your crib smells like, ma'am. Ma'am, I can imagine what your Section 8 housing project, I can hear the project echo. And I don't knock people who live in the projects. I'm not knocking you, ma'am. But Jesus, you sound very hood radish. Lord, are you okay, ma'am?
The black bitch that been on Section 8.
Ma'am, I know that you've been on Section 8 with your loud and abrasive voice. I cannot see that you do any type of employment anywhere substantive, ma'am. So I'm pretty sure that you get a check. Now, ma'am, if you donated to the museum with some of your county check, I will make sure to have a bologna sandwich for you at the museum. I will feed you.
You didn't have to see for me to come better.
Ma'am, I'm calm and you're yelling so loud. Your blood pressure and your hysterectomy scar is about to start leaking. Because yes, ma'am, you sound like your womb is toe up. They have to just get your womb up out of there. You sound like you've had about 2 or 3 hysterectomies, ma'am. That womb is toe up, giving birth to all these different niggas' kids. Okay? You're very abrasive, ma'am. Calm down before your stitches bust. Okay? You okay? All right?
I'm okay. But
ma'am, what type of narcotic are you on? Ma'am, are you over there drinking Wild Irish Rose? I haven't heard.
Dog. I hate that motherfucker, dog. He had me dying. I'm swerving on the road and shit, laughing so fucking hard. Because I heard it like right after it was live. And oh my God. When she got on the phone, I was like, oh, this is gonna be trouble. Because he gets one of these weird ones every now and then. He He just won't stop. He just won't stop. And they, you know, and you could tell she was just on a rant. He was cutting it off and just starting it again, but the shit was just hilarious. I'm just like, man, he is low key a fucking stand up.
He is.
Straight up low key stand
Good
up.
at roasting.
Oh, speaking of stand up, you seen T.I. stand up?
Hell no.
What is he doing, dog? You don't rap no more?
I don't know what the hell he does. He don't do shit.
These motherfuckers out here doing, they picking up different careers. I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
really, dog? I'm not gonna go to your stand-up concert.
Did you see it?
I've seen a couple jokes. I haven't seen a whole routine. It was just like a real snippet of him. I mean, it just seems like he's just talking and just being himself. And I'm sure his writing's gonna get better. He's probably already hired some writers. And
Sounds
they
like
got to spend some time with him so they can get his delivery down and his cadence down and all that.
Sounds like it was trash, wasn't it? It was trash.
Well, yeah. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Because if it's supposed to be comedy, dog, I mean, I should at least get a chuckle out of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't funny, And I think I was expecting too much, dude. If you're gonna step up on that stage, you need to have some bangers.
Mm-hmm.
He should have got with one of his boys, got with Jamie Foxx. Like, look, man, I need a couple jokes that you ain't gonna use. So I can get this shit popping, and then throw in your other little garbage, and then make it. You got 2-3 good jokes in a comedy club. You're only gonna be up there 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Goes by really, really fast if you got some material. If you ain't got no material, you'll stand up in that bitch, and it'll seem like it's an hour.
Right.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
That I ain't gonna use. That's funny.
Yeah, he can get jokes from comedian friends that he knows. He's not gonna write bangers right now. That's not T.I.
Yeah. If he could have at least had a couple of jokes, that was funny. That was good. That was good. That was good. But he ain't got
I didn't
nothing.
hear anything that was amusing. And because he was speaking so, it was like, you ever just walk down the street? I'm like, so he's not even like putting any type of oomph into it. He's literally just trying, his voice sounded like he sounded in Takers. Remember Takers?
I think I seen it. Which one was that? Was
The
that
one when they were robbing the banks and shit?
a bank or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that movie, yo.
He was a co-star. Idris Elba and Chris Brown and Michael
Chris
Ealy
Brown. Yeah, I don't even remember that shit, man.
Yeah, his dialect was like that. It's kind of just the way he talks, but that's not exciting to me. It's not like And if you gotta make a joke bounce, you can't just. There's dry comedians, but we don't know you as a dry comedian.
You don't stand out.
So you gotta have, we don't know you as a comedian. So you gotta grab us first. Come out with that one joke,
That first joke got to hit hard. You know what I mean?
Or you're just out there doggy paddling.
Right. That first one got to hit hard, especially somebody who's not a comedian. You doing this for the first time? Like, come on, man.
I mean, whether it be like you're talking about yourself,
And your delivery. Your delivery is important.
Right.
Delivery. It's like everything.
I don't know.
You can have an okay joke, but if the delivery is hard, you know what I mean? It could really hit.
And I think he can deliver because he got the acting down now. I think he can deliver, but he's got to really jump into being a comedian. He can't be T.I. the comedian. He's got to jump into actually being a joke teller. Where I think he's going to be more of a storyteller. He tells pretty decent stories. But then punchlines got to hit. Don't hold me for a fucking 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And that shit don't hit.
Right. Gotta hit. I mean, I like your optimism, but I don't see it in him. I don't think that's for him.
Something's going on. It's got him. These motherfuckers have midlife crisis type shit going on. Could be just something he's knocking off his bucket list.
Right. I guess. Bless.
My problem when they do shit like this, they make every other bum like Killer Mike said. Yeah, I thought about getting on the stage, or I guess he did get on the stage. He
What?
got
As a
on
comedian?
Killer Mike.
Yeah, as a comedian?
Yeah, I guess he went on Donnell Rollins'
Oh
stage.
God.
You know, he thinks he's kind of like the Renaissance man anyway. He
Jesus.
thinks he can kind of do everything, which, you know, I mean, he can within limits. But
Done with
yeah,
Killer Mike.
I think he tried it. I
Bombed
just
it.
still ain't really got over him the way he just rode Bernie.
Yeah, me
He rode
neither.
Bernie, and I'm like, God damn it! The nigga said he wasn't for reparations. How are you riding
That's
with him
all
like
in
that?
my head. Yeah. That's just that never goes away. Every time I think of Killer Mike, I don't even think of Run 'em Jewels. I think of Bernie Sanders. Him still riding with Bernie. He's straight
Like, how
disrespecting
is this
black
possible,
people.
Doc?
And
He
what
literally
is
said, "I'm against reparations,"
yeah?
and
What
you're like,
is
"That's my nigga."
reparations? What is reparations? While this Jewish motherfucker is getting reparations, he's asking us what is reparations. He literally went up on the Breakfast Club. They asked him, "Do Black Americans deserve reparations?" He straight up said no. Straight up.
How do you ride with him after that?
Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
How do
Those is
you
the
ride with him
indicators. Those are
after that?
indicators for me. Those are indicators for me that lets me know, I can't really fuck with you like that, you know?
I'm not rolling with you no more, dog.
Can't fuck with you.
I
It's not
mean,
like, maybe. Nah, I can't fuck with
and
you. Yeah.
and he doesn't catch flack for that. But also, there's no allies for that. I mean, my problem is, how come somebody ain't checked him down there? Like, what
Yeah,
you doing
man.
rolling with that motherfucker who don't mean us no well?
Yeah.
But nobody says anything because that's that entertainer shit. See, he's supposed to be looking out for us, but is he really looking out for us? Is Killer Mike looking
I
out
don't
for
know.
us? Or is he looking out for himself? Think about
I'll
it.
say I'll say I don't know, man. Because he says a lot of good shit. You know what I mean? And I
He
I
got a great,
appreciate
he got a great mouthpiece, and he's
Yeah.
captivating. Especially if you've never really heard him talk at length, he
Hmm.
can catch you. He can catch you and be like, damn, he's talking real. But
Yeah.
then you'll see him walking down the street with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Right. And I know people who like, really like Bernie Sanders and support him, but when I talk to them individually, they all about reparations
Yeah.
for freedmen. You know what I mean? And they actively pursue it, politically. So, you know, I give them the little pass or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man.
And there's people, yeah, there are riders that ride with him and they have
Yeah.
that, discrepancy with him. But
They Yeah, they have that connection to Bernie because I know a lot of people who's with the whole like socialistic, the socialism
mm-hmm.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I guess locally I see some benefits to that. With the Black Panthers and other people.
Oh,
Who
absolutely.
are all about socialist stuff. But when I press them on the racial issue and how that socialism doesn't affect racial issues. They're in agreement with me and they understand where I'm coming from,
Right.
and they're all about reparations for freedmen only. So that's usually
Right.
like how I test people.
Yeah,
So we
don't
have
be
that
coming in
common
talking about checking all the boxes because
Yeah,
reparations there's only one box that needs to be checked. And we're
exactly.
not checking other either. It is what it is.
Right.
That's how we get hemmed in. When them others get in, when they start getting in, we're dead in the water.
We've been pretty good with protecting it though.
And we have to stay that way. We've got to
We've been good.
remain diligent on that. It's
The media
our
the media will portray it as if, we don't really know how we're gonna do this reparation stuff, but the grassroots, if you really like, in this movement, the grassroots level, we've been pretty much on code, and we've
right,
been influencing the language of the mainstream,
right.
you know. So
I
yeah,
get
we're
it.
controlling the narrative actually, and we've been influencing the mainstream. You know we're controlling the narrative when you see Kamala Harris talking about uh, the Freedman Bank. You know the LGBT wealth gap.
These words were in phrases weren't even in their vocabulary before
Never.
Friedman started talking about it.
Yeah, never.
Never.
LGBT wealth gap? Really? Really, Barbara?
Right.
Really?
So
Freedman Bank that's supposed to help minorities, Asians, Hispanics. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
Come on
y'all
now.
became freedmen now.
Right.
You're barely citizens, but now you're freedmen too. Fuck out of here.
See? That's what they always do. They co-opt what our history to benefit everybody except the people who it affected the most.
They can eat a dick.
That's a fact.
They better go get their own claim.
Right.
They go get their own claim.
Just like that CARICOM bitch. The
All right,
vice.
that just did it. Hey, that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
Bruh, we up out of this mother. Dog, that's a 30-minute conversation. Boy,
Peace.
that clown ass kid.
Peace.
I almost said something wrong. Women wouldn't have liked it because they don't like that word. Oh my God, CARICOM.
Yeah, man. She's separating us from the CARICOM claim, but she want to be in. Listen,
How you
like you
gonna
said.
jump over here and get some of this, but you separating it? So
Yeah.
we can't get none of yours, but you can come over and get some of ours.
Right.
Got it.
The fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, dog. I think
Eat a
those people
dick.
right there, excommunicate.
Eat a dirty
Excommunicate.
dog dick.
Excommunicate.
Yeah.
How do you come over here and try to govern what we're doing, but we have nothing to do? And there's plenty of people that possibly have a claim over there too. But if they claim here, we're not trying to do dual claims.
Right.
You're always trying to double dip.
Mm-hmm.
They come over here and talk shit about us.
That's another
Like
conversation. That's another conversation. My bad. I brought it up though.
You fled. When you flee a country, you have no say so over here. Period. You want to talk about your journey, talk about your plight, talk about all that shit? Okay. Don't get over here and start talking about us. Shit. It's okay. We just need to start snatching shoes back when they start doing it. Snatch shoes.
Oh no.
Man, get you some rest, man. What time you got to go in tomorrow?
I'm good, man. I've been able to speak today.
Yeah.
Cause
You've been up. Shit,
I'm good right now. I'm off.
Are you off tomorrow?
Yeah, so that's
Oh
how I
shit,
was
my
able
ass
to
ain't off. I gotta be back here in a couple hours. Shit.
Damn. Well, you get some sleep then. How about that?
I'm gonna try, dog. I'm gonna try. So we'll talk. We'll talk tomorrow. I guess it's already today. Tomorrow, whatever it is.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm free
figure it
tomorrow
out.
too. So
We'll figure it out. But
these are my best days. My best days, Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Maybe,
All right.
maybe even Wednesdays. But I like Mondays and Tuesdays.
We got Monday in, so Tuesday might work.
Yes, sir. Let's do
All
it.
right, I'll holler at you. Freedman
Freedman
on deck.
Woo!
Freedman on
At the
deck.
same time. How we do that? Whoa! At the same damn time.
In sync, baby. In sync. I'll holler at y'all.
Peace.
Peace.